being at Morongo Casino Resort and Spa for our fantasy football face-off with Marcus Grant. By the way, I heard a lot of praise about the great work producer Laura did to make that whole thing happen. Good job, Laura. And Travis was at the Hollywood Walk of Fame yesterday for Orel Hershiser to get his star at 6755 Hollywood Boulevard. Great job, Bulldog number 55, Jack. We'll recap all of that. Plus, Rams preseason starts tomorrow. And we got Dodgers baseball. Let's do it. Friday afternoon. And we got producer Jorge sitting in for Young D, producer DeAndre. On the ones and twos. Friday afternoon in the Southland, the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show.
You're just the sidekick here?
Why don't you shut up?
Let's do it. The DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show. Yo, Friday afternoon in the Southland right now.
Yeah! How about that? Jorge on the right. I'm not used to seeing
Buenos
you there.
dias.
Buenos dias.
My man.
What's up, fool?
What's up, fool? What's up, everybody?
Typical Mexican.
Buenos
Son
dias.
tardes.
What up, fool? You know, it's buenos
You're
dias
late.
for me every time.
You're late.
I'll text people, buenos dias. They're like, what?
Dude,
What do you mean, buenos dias?
Because he's
6:30
late.
at 6:30 in the afternoon.
Hey, I just woke up, you know?
How you feeling, Geeter?
Again.
I feel great. I'm happy to be here with this crew.
Well, it's your day.
It's my day.
And
I look forward to Fridays, and I look
know-
forward to 4 o'clock.
Right. Nobody likes. We all like Fridays.
Yeah.
Who doesn't
Well,
have a
you know,
good
you got
time
your
on a
weekend
Friday?
coming.
Yeah, you wake up in a
But
good
this is my
mood.
work day.
Yeah, this is your work day, but it's also the draft day.
It's also the draft day.
Yeah.
And I care about one thing. Did I draft better than Travis?
Well, today's going to be an interesting
And am I
one.
taking things from him?
You
That's
know
what I
what
want to
I
do.
forgot to do for
The order?
the order? I'm going to do it right now. Hold on.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Today, I was telling Geeter, I don't mind going later in the
Yeah, we
the
don't care
pecking
in this
order.
one.
We
All
did
right.
that fantasy football draft last night out at Morongo. One of my first ever fantasy football. I'm not like the world's biggest fantasy football guy. Got 10th, Geeter.
10 out of 10.
I 10 out of 10, so I had the swing
But you
pick.
got the swing pass.
Yeah.
I like 10 and 11.
10 and 11's okay. I would have liked like 5 and 15 feels
I
a little
love
better. 5.
If I'm in the middle of the draft,
Yeah.
I feel like you're always getting a good player.
Yeah.
I don't like being 8.
Yeah, and I'm an impatient person just
Yep.
kind of by nature.
I
and
understand, man.
Being 10th meant that I'd pick 10 and 11, and then I'd sit there for 10 minutes. And then
100%.
Yeah, and there's nothing to do.
And you're just chilling and you're kind of fading.
Yeah. I made one
Talking
pick
to the good
yesterday.
people out in Morongo.
Yeah, it was great. We had a good time. I made one pick yesterday. I told Laura this, that when I picked it, everybody went, oh, that was the only time I felt like I did a good job.
Do you remember
Good.
the pick and what
It was
round?
Caleb Williams in
Oh.
like the 8th round,
That's
9th round.
Getting him in the 8th and 9th?
Yeah,
nice.
something like that. And I when I did it and everybody groaned, I'm like, did I do something stupid? Because I'm sitting next to my man Marcus Grant,
Yeah.
who's kind of, he's giving me a little guidance along the way, so I don't do something crazy. And this was one of the few times I'd just gone off and done it myself.
Did he like the pick?
He goes, that's the guy I was going to take.
Oh,
So
that
I'm
made
like,
you feel so good.
Now we're talking.
You know what? Second year in that offense. He's got skilled players around him. He looked good last year. I know he's got a tough schedule, but this is kind of the year where you think Caleb Wilson, Caleb Williams, you think Caleb Wilson's for the Bulls.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams, you think he's going to make that jump into the top 5, so that's not a bad pick.
And he's
Travis.
got that Ben Johnson offense that he
But I mean,
seemed to really
yeah.
get an understanding of towards the early part of last year. By the end, he was terrifying. He nearly broke the Rams' heart. That play, had they ended up winning that game, the Bears, the Rams came back and ended up winning after Cam Curl made that great interception.
Yes.
Had they won that game, that play that Caleb Williams made on what was it, like a 4th and 12 or whatever it was.
Wild.
And he ran around, which felt like for about 45 minutes. He dropped, the play was started on like the 12-yard line or something like that. He drops back to basically midfield, having the entire Rams defense chase him, and hucks it into the far left corner and touchdown. That's one of those plays that's the beginning of the legend.
Signature play.
Yes.
It would have been for sure. And it looked like, when you see the kid in Pop Warner High School is just better than everyone, make a spectacular play, it had that kind of feeling to it. Because I remember screaming at the TV, which seemed like for a minute.
Who was the guy in your neighborhood? We all had one. I know you remember his name.
Everyone had a guy.
I know you remember his name because I can tell you mine right
What was your
now.
guy? What was your?
So the guy that was the best player,
Yeah.
as a baseball guy,
Uh-huh.
the guy that, and by the way, most of the people listening will remember this name because he, most of those teen phenoms or 12-year-old phenoms, they flash in the pan, right? They're not the best guy by the time they're 15 or 18. This guy was the best guy the whole time. Mark Loretta, who played like 16 years in the major leagues.
Played different sports and dominated.
He in our little league, we had there was a handful of guys that would hit like 4 or 5 home runs over the course of the season. Okay, he hit 29.
29?
29 in a little league season. And back in the day, they had the little pegboard where you'd and every day Mark would have 2. And then the next time you'd go back there, he had 4. And then the next game, he has 7. Like every game, he'd hit 2 or 3 every single time. And you're like, okay, this is going to even out. Then he goes to best player in high school. He goes and he's an All-American in college. He goes and gets drafted. He shows up and plays in the major leagues for the next 15
Pretty
years.
impressive.
So he had it figured out.
Little League? Was this Little League?
Yes.
Little League. Yeah,
Did they have
mine
a
was
12-year-old coach? That's
No,
it.
we
That's all
had,
I'm saying.
we had
That's it.
Bob Fickus as our coach.
I said it. That's it. I'm happy.
Yeah.
My
yeah.
guy was Brian Roselli, who
Yep.
actually became my best friend.
Okay.
And his brother Joey was a year behind me. Brian was a year ahead of me, and Brian was the best Little League player maybe ever in the Valley. And then his brother Joey actually played in the major leagues. They both went to Alameda High School.
Okay.
And Brian played for Northridge until he threw out his shoulder.
There
but
you
he
go.
was a
Big
stud.
West.
But really, when we were at about 7th grade, the guy who became the man everywhere in every sport was Russell White.
Oh, yeah. Well,
And he was my year and went to high school with me.
Russell
and
White
that changed the game.
went to
He
Cal.
was the guy.
Yeah, he was an incredible football
DeMarco
player.
would freak out and will tell you.
Yeah, our
You would
age,
too, our age.
I vividly remember,
Yep.
and he was a Crespi guy, like you mentioned.
Mhm,
Absolutely.
mhm.
Everybody got him. Why did you ask if there was a 12-year-old coach?
We'll talk about it a little later. How about that? Yeah.
All right.
I got your order, by the way.
All right. What order? Oh, yeah, hit me with it.
All right. So,
This is how stupid I am. You know what I thought when you said that? You know what I thought?
oh, what?
I'd ordered some food at some point. And I'm like, I don't think I ordered anything
Oh,
today.
we're not going to talk about that because we'll talk about that later,
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Because
yeah.
I'm a little defensive right now after what happened last night.
Yeah, as you should.
I don't. I
okay,
messed up, Peter.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
All right. So I did do the random eyes wheel.
So who
and
picked second? We know you picked first. Who's
I
second,
did not
third, and
pick
fourth?
first.
Okay.
It's you who went
Oh.
first this time.
Will you take the one you want to get?
Yeah. I'm okay with one because I'm going to get my number one choice. But had I been 4, I wouldn't have hated it,
Okay.
Dave.
And then George is second,
Okay.
okay. And then Geeter, and then me.
You get 4-5.
I don't
okay.
like that.
This
Actually,
one, there's so many to
there
pick from.
is,
It's
and
not
we're
the
all
end of the world.
different. We're all different.
Yeah, everyone's
I
going to have
get
different
it,
ones,
but-
except for me and Travis.
Okay. I know what my number one pick is.
Okay.
I've got my list of things that I kind of quasi showed you, not showed you enough for you to read them, but show you that I have a lengthy option list for today.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I've
You-
never seen you prep like that.
That is
No,
not
not
true.
to the draft.
When it comes to the
Oh,
draft.
The
Yeah.
draft,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
No,
he-
the draft
he's
I
here
usually
early
do off the top of my head.
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, you were dialed in.
Yeah. Well, this is an important one.
I know.
And look, I heard Ireland talking about this when they were doing icebreakers earlier, that he and Andy are very competitive. And there's, look, I think that if you do this for a living, you care about sports, the competitive gene is part of what we all do.
Why we're here, right?
Agreed.
My competitive juices start to flow specifically on the draft now that you have joined the show, because I know.
Has it gone up a little level for you?
Oh,
it's
yeah.
gone up many levels, because here's
Yeah.
my philosophy. I don't know if you know this about me. You might. I don't really care if I win or lose unless you care if you win or lose.
And then it means
And
something.
then I don't necessarily want the win for me. I want the win for not you.
That's the former athlete in you.
Yeah.
That's the former athlete.
I want
His
to make
head
sure
is
that
creeping
you
out.
don't get what you want.
Uh-huh.
Like that. If this is just one of these things that nobody really cares, then we can have some fun with it. But the second I knew you cared, now I care.
And this is real, ladies and gentlemen.
It's
we are
just
being
you,
dead
by
serious.
the way. Just you.
Yeah,
Because nobody
that's how
else.
we want
or
it.
maybe Andy. Andy's also.
Andy's a big drafter.
Andy's a big drafter.
Oh,
Yeah.
listen, I cared when I came in here for Game of Games.
Oh, I
and the
care about
people
Game of
wanted me
Games
to beat
too.
John Ireland.
When it's Mason, but if it's Emily's game, my want level comes down a little bit
Uh-huh.
but when Emily is in the game, Emily is probably the most competitive person at this station. I feel comfortable in saying that. So for the very same reason, I don't necessarily want to win. I just don't want Emily to win because I know how much it matters to her. So I want to take it off the board for her.
And I feel
That's
like John
funny.
wins a lot of games.
John's super
John,
competitive.
like, he just
He's
has
super
this
smart,
Yeah.
too.
crazy knowledge of stuff that I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So beating him means something in Game of
Yeah,
Games.
yeah. Well, you took one for you.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say took one for the team. That sounds bad. You won one for the team.
I won one for the team.
Yeah,
I
I
did it
was
for our
rooting
show.
for you.
Our show.
Abe
And then-
Froman of the Sausage King of Chicago.
That's all I wanted to say
That
the
was a
whole
good
time.
game today.
And then you have Briones, who was sitting in our meeting and still asked, "What are we drafting
Yeah.
today?"
What are we drafting?
Go ahead and tell him.
12-year-old coaches.
I'm so mad. This is why
Should the
it
draft
gets me
be
mad.
things that will disappoint
When
you
you
at
had
your
AYSO?
daughter's soccer meeting? You get the wrong team name, the wrong team colors,
Wrong
the
coach.
coach is the same age as the
Imagine
kids.
the Padres, Brown, and
Do you not know what we're drafting yet?
I'm just teasing her.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah,
He's
come
back.
on.
He's
man.
I
Okay,
hate him.
Here's an important conversation now.
Yeah.
Have you ever done the show where these two are on the same show at the same time?
Oh, it must be remarkable. I don't think we have.
It is a pitched battle for the next 2 hours and 32 minutes.
You know what? I'm here for it.
Yeah, they will engage. How long have you
I
guys
will
known each
behave.
other?
20-something years.
Ugh,
Yeah.
too long. Can't stand him.
All right, we're going to get into
Let's
all
do
of
it.
that. Plus, the Rams kick off their preseason game tomorrow. We're going to cover that because we were just talking about preseason, how it's usually kind of a drag. I think the Rams actually have some really interesting things that are coming up in their game against the Chiefs tomorrow. But let's talk a little bit about Edwin Diaz and how rough he has looked as a member of the Dodgers and how long do you kind of ride that out. That's coming up next. Geeter is here for DeMarco on a drafting Friday on 710 ESPN.
Coming up Saturday morning at 7 a.m., the Weekend Warrior Show with Dr. Robert Clapper. How are ya? Presented by Cedar Sinai. Now, Dr. Clapper's doing a completely live show on Saturday talking about gravity. But also, he's giving away 3 spots to play in his foursome at the SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic on Friday, August 28th at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. Listen Saturday, 7 a.m., the Weekend Warrior Show for your chance to win and play golf with Dr. Clapper.
Pechanga Resort Casino is rewarding you on another level with Pechanga's SoCal Tier Status Match Program. Bring in a rewards card from one of 21 eligible Southern California casinos for exclusive benefits. Earn more at Pechanga Resort Casino with SoCal's best tier status match. Qualified members have a chance to win $25,000 club dollars. Pechanga's limited-time tier match program ends December 31st, and match statuses remain valid through January 31st next year. Offer open to new and existing Pechanga Rewards members. Visit Pechanga Rewards for details. Must be 21 or older with valid ID.
Hi guys, it's Ramona Shelburne for Hyundai of Glendale, where it's back to school savings all month long. Right now, lease a brand new 2026 Hyundai Palisade SE for $279 a month. Comes with owner's assurance and America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Take it from me with next-level customer service and incredible dealer incentives. Your next Hyundai is waiting for you at Hyundai of Glendale. Call 818-222-8000 or check them out at HyundaiofGlendale.net.
$279 per month plus tax. Close in lease for 24 months. $47.49 total due outstanding plus government fees and taxes. Unapproved above average credit through HMF. 7,500 miles per year. 20 cents per excess miles. Expires 8/30/26.
Tired of watching life from the bench? It's time to get in the game. Globe Life is looking for people who want more than just a job. Set your own schedule and help families protect what matters most. No experience? No problem. Training is provided, and you don't need anything to get started. It's not a desk job, it's a shot at building your legacy on your own terms. Your road to the championship starts at GlobeLifeCareers.com. Globe Life, official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers.
Harry Douglas here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with 0 sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots. Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You're hanging out with the Rams Super Bowl champ and Sweet Tea.
Feeling awesome. Yes. What's up?
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis rolls on.
Guys, what the heck is going on out here?
Back to the guys.
I caught it this time. So
the past 2 days I've been playing this in the first rejoin.
I heard it yesterday, but I'll be honest, I didn't know you were on the board until like the middle of the show.
Right.
So I thought it was just a coincidence. This song, Geeter, is a song that gets used frequently on our Rams postgame show.
We did it for a bit one time.
I don't typically pay super close attention to the music.
You're kind of focused on what you're going with next.
Yeah. Like, what am I going to talk about? What are we going to say? How can we develop a
driving the ship this
Driving
way.
the ship, making sure that Sue knows where we are. All the stuff that you have to do when you do this. Well, this fool and Emily decide one day we're going to play the same song every rejoin until he notices that why is it going on. We went through the entire
2 hours post-game show?
2 hours.
2 hours.
So is that
4
six?
segments per hour.
Okay,
6
8
or 8
times.
times. Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to say overrun. I'm saying it took you 6.
It took me all of them. And then finally at the end.
Wait, on the 8th one, you're like, hey, man.
No, and finally on the last one, Emily's like, you're not going to say anything about it. I'm like, say anything about what? I had no idea.
This song played for 8
That
segments.
is a focused host.
Oh, yes, it is.
That is, like, I'm like, I don't know, like, if there's such a thing as colorblind for the ears, I have that.
You have that.
I have that. Like, it just, I know it's
I
playing,
understand that.
but I don't really clock it. But now I know this. This is my Calvin something.
Calvin Harris.
Calvin
yeah.
Harris.
So
Yeah.
you get the name right.
What else you want to know, Keeter?
I'll tell you at 4 o'clock.
So last night.
That's my focus.
We're at Morongo doing our fantasy football draft. And I had come from the Orel Hershiser Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony, just hopped in my truck and drove straight to Morongo and did not have time to stop and grab a bite or whatever. So I'm coming in hot, and then we do the show, 3-hour show. And I'd had breakfast at home that morning at about 7:30. But by the time we're done with our show yesterday, it's about 6. So I'm closing in on about 12 hours or so. I haven't eaten anything. So look at me. I'm not going to waste away. I'm not going to die. I can go 12 hours without eating.
But
I'm hungry. Little peckish.
Yeah.
Little peckish.
Maybe a headache?
No, feeling fine, but hungry. And so we have about a half an hour from the end of our show until we start the fantasy football draft. And Laura was incredibly kind, and I was still in my suit, and she's like, why don't you go change your clothes, and I'll go grab you something to eat. What would you like to get? And so I said, just get some sort of chicken sandwich. Sounds great. Awesome. Thank you. And she goes and orders me the sandwich, and she comes back. She goes, "We got you chicken sandwich and fries. It's going to come out in a second." I'm like, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate that." So I'm sitting down with Mark Cates, who's one of the market managers here, and we're kind of chit chatting and talking with the guys in the fantasy football draft. And I'm not paying attention to much, as you know, sometimes that happens with me.
Kind of like the music.
And all of a sudden, yes, a chicken sandwich and tater tots comes out.
Oh.
And they place it on the table, and Cates goes, "Oh, I think this is yours," and hands it to me. Laura is not there at the time.
No.
And I start eating because I'm dying. And it's a chicken sandwich. It's fine. It's good. It's a good chicken sandwich. And I'm eating it, and I'm hungry, and I'm tearing through the tots. I'm eating it as fast as I possibly can. Then I see her walk up, 10 minutes later?
Yeah, you were deep in.
And I'm eating at least half the sandwich and most of the tots. And she's holding a bag of food. And I'm like,
for you.
Uh-oh. I ate her dinner.
Yeah, you're okay. One bite, she would have been done with it anyway.
That is true. He's not wrong.
I
You're good.
ate all of it. And the look on her face was like, I did the nice thing and ordered your food, went and picked it up for you.
And she was hungry too.
Incredibly kind. And she put her own stuff on hold to help me have a moment. And I completely apologize again.
No, it's all good.
I usually don't feel bad about things. I felt bad about eating your sandwich, Laura.
Oh, well, thank you. I just wanted to know if I was excited to eat that particular food
because that's the Mark
Wahlberg.
Yeah.
Yes. So we were talking about it on air, and then he specifically said he didn't want Wahlburger because he wanted a chicken sandwich. I didn't know they had chicken sandwiches there, to be fair. Thought it was just burgers. So I go with DeAndre's choice where he went, which was at the end of the casino.
Of course.
So I go, and they're like, it's going to take 30 minutes. I said, you know what? It's perfect. He has to check in, change, whatever. I'll come back. Order my stuff, come back, and he's deep in my food. And I'm like, oh, yeah, this is not.
Were there any tots left?
No. And the tots looked great. I will say that the other food wasn't bad. Okay. It was also a chicken sandwich, so I can understand the confusion. It did have steak fries, which were also good.
Oh, okay, good.
But to Jorge's point, to Jorge's point, I did eat like 2 bites and I was done because it was a very hefty sandwich. So I was like, you know what? I'm not mad because I probably wouldn't have had half of that anyways. And all I wanted to know was it good, because I do want to try a Wahlburger eventually. So, we'll see.
Would you rate it?
It's a very fair question. I'm going to duck it a little bit. You could have handed me a cardboard box in that moment, and it would have been delicious. I was really, really hungry, but it was good.
Okay.
Like the tots. Put it this way: the tots were hot and salty. Do you think they were good?
fantastic.
They were 10 out of 10. They
and
were
then put a little ranch in there, and we're having a great time.
It was great. The sandwich was a fried chicken sandwich. It's fine. It's good.
Okay.
Like, again, have you ever had a bad fried chicken?
Will
Not
you
really.
do a ketchup ranch dip combo?
On
Are you
fries?
against it?
No, I'm
Or
not against
hot?
it. I'll kind of go one or the other. Typically, yeah, that's fine.
The only thing I felt bad about more so than anything, so the two very, very, very nice girls at the Wahlburger, I went up there, I was like, never been here. And she went through the entire menu and went through like what the top things were and then said, you would really need to try this and this way with this pairing.
Oh.
So she went
It was
deep.
a curated menu.
It was she went deep into telling me what to eat.
She did a good job.
She saw me with a different type of box, she looked at me and she actually like did the come here thing. So I go and she's like, wait, you're not eating the burger? And I was like, oh, my coworker really liked it. She's like, oh, I thought it was for you. I said,
Yeah,
it was.
That's why I hate going to lunch or dinner with this one, because she asks 1,000 questions about the menu and then she'll have a bite. Oh, that was it. I wasn't that hungry.
Okay,
anymore.
it's not my fault. Okay,
Come on,
it's not
man.
my fault.
Why do you ask if they have this, they have that? You go and take a
Because
bite.
I'm allergic to peanuts, so I got to be careful.
That's fair.
I could die.
That's a real thing.
You know, I literally could die. I almost died here, Briones. I know you would love that, but you know what I'm saying? So I have to worry about those things. But anyways, the girl was like, oh my God, when I told her what happened in the mix-up, she was dying. She's like, oh, I kind of want to give you the sandwich and the fries. And I was like, no, girl, I have that and I'm not going to finish it, so I'm good.
That guy over there ruined it for me. That would be me.
That guy.
Situation. Yeah. It was good.
Not to keep going with the food thing, but I just feel for the
No,
peanut,
please.
like not having peanut butter in a smoothie.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's what
ice
almost
cream.
killed me.
That's what got her.
Really? Or
Yeah.
ice cream.
Yeah.
kind of
Ew,
peanut
gross.
butter.
But after 20 years, she'll throw those in just so you can feel bad for her. Don't pay attention. Yeah, come on.
I will say
She
now
throws that in.
your food allergy is a very good reason to ask several follow-up questions because you have a very serious peanut allergy, so I understand that.
Yes.
That being said, when you go to dinner with somebody that is constantly either not ready to order or just goes line by line down every order of the menu with the waiter or the waitress, it's like, bro, it's chicken parm. How many different ways are there to do it? It's just it's a fried chicken cutlet with mozzarella cheese and marinara sauce. You either like that or you don't. There are no follow-up questions.
You're either in or you're out.
Yeah.
That's it.
Let's not do that.
Yeah,
and
I'm with you on
don't
that.
send them back and forth 2 or 3 times. Once, fine. Hey, I'm sorry, I haven't had a chance to look yet. When they come back the second time, we need to be ready to pull the trigger.
Do you have that friend that likes to argue with the waiter?
Yeah,
every
her.
single.
No,
Oh,
I'm not. No,
Yeah.
it's not me. No.
Do you?
No, bleep you. It's
Yeah,
not
everyone's
me.
got one.
Yeah. Like argue with the waiter.
Well, just like more like everything's not good enough. Or, can you
Oh,
check
that's
this or the-
definitely not me. Screw
Okay.
you.
Yes.
I don't dig that.
I hate it.
Yeah,
Makes
I
me wildly uncomfortable to the point where there is one of these people in my life that I will decline invitations. Not every time, but some of the
But it
time.
makes you
because
think.
I don't really want to be there when they go, how? Because here's the question when the waiter comes over. How is everything tonight? You know what the answer is 99% of the time? Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Even if it's just okay.
Listen, I feel a longtime waiter of Marie Callender's and Tony Romo's. Okay, place for ribs,
potato cheese soup.
I have a
Denny's,
special
you got
place
your
in my
Grand
heart.
Slam any day.
Special place in my heart for all the servers.
In and out, okay. Regular cheeseburger, grilled onion.
Yeah, it was okay. You know, this wasn't. Just say it's fine. Let's move on. Let's get it done.
With you.
You know, it's not fine. Edwin Diaz.
No.
What's up? I mean,
that was frustrating last night.
Really was. It
Can
really,
I say this real quick?
Yeah.
You two, the two of us, and this is no BS. We are the least panicked Dodger guys when we talk
that's
not
fair.
on air.
Yeah.
We know where they are. We know the expectations. We realize October. All of that is true. But when you do a daily radio show or a TV show and you talk about these things, there are certain frustration levels, and then the fan in you comes out. Last night was frustrating. That's all I want to get off. We're not panicking, but that was frustrating.
It was deeply frustrating because you keep waiting for this guy that was very highly regarded, very expensive, you know, and the anticipation for his excellence was real. Like, I think there was an argument to be made last year, even though the Dodgers did win the World Series, that they had a very big hole at the back end of their bullpen. They were able to navigate their way around it by using starting pitchers.
Took a lot of work.
It took a lot of work, and they had to catch a lot of breaks to have it go the way that it did. So who's the best closer on the market? It's Edwin Diaz. Okay, we'll go get him. Problem solved. Here we go. gets hurt right away. He shows up and he gets hurt right away. That's sports. It happens, so whatever. But since he's come back, he's been not just hasn't pitched well, he's been, and I'm a little reluctant to put it so bluntly, but he's been bad.
I mean, 11.52 ERA,
he's been bad.
It's 4 out of 5.
He's been bad.
Hasn't looked good.
And he's gotten hit hard, and he's not missing a lot of bats. And even like a couple of the first times he came back, even though he didn't necessarily blow the game, they were tagging him. And that's a very uncomfortable thing to watch from the guy that's supposed to pitch the ninth inning. Usually it's weak contact or strikeouts, and neither one of those things are happening. Ireland talked about it a little bit during Super Crosstalk, and I think we're in agreement here. I think you ride this for at least another several weeks before you start thinking, okay, we can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I feel like I would be contradicting myself if I said I wasn't Captain Panic, and yet here I am, the fan in me, ready to kind of see if Tanner Scott or Vesey or someone else can kind of fill that role, because I do think it's going to be by committee. But there is that other side of me that says, listen, like, we've invested in this guy. He started out the year, got hurt. He's back. We have to have patience, and we also have to know and ride this out, because tough decisions are coming, whether we are going to – if he can't do it, then we're not going to have a roster spot. Have you seen the pitching on this team?
Yep.
So you do have to, as a manager, I think, believe in your guys for a period of time.
No doubt. And I think that, look, when you get into the postseason, it's all hands on deck, right? Like that when I need you, and you got to be ready to go at all times. And I think everybody understands that October baseball is different than everything else, that there's regular season baseball, which is all about big picture, long-term understanding, being generally fairly conservative about how you use people. And then there's October baseball, which is, we're not doing anything for what's happening tomorrow. It's to win tonight. We need to figure it out. So I think everybody gets that. But you also need to have guys kind of have a relatively clear understanding of what you're going to ask them to do. And asking a guy to be my guy, maybe might be in the 7th inning, it might be in the 8th inning, is one thing. Be my 9th inning guy is a different ask than be, in the 6th, 7th, or 8th. And if you are going to ask somebody to pitch those 9th innings differently, you need to start asking them before October actually shows up. And I'm not saying they need to do it tomorrow, but get into the middle of September and we're still having this conversation. That's one of those, Tanner Scott, come in here for a second.
It's sooner than
down.
you think.
Yeah, sit down. You're going to get the call in the 9th inning. We're going to make this change. We're going to start doing it now. Start getting in the headspace to pitch this 9th inning. Now, when it rolls around, if Scott goes out there and he does great, you keep it going. But if it doesn't work, now we're just on figure it out on the fly.
You are a pitcher. You know this more than anyone. Like, that 9th inning guy, it's different.
Very.
And it's got to be a mother effer. And it's got to be a guy that has this ability to walk out on that mat. And he believes in himself 100%. Even if he blows a save, he knows he's coming back the next night and he's going to get the job done. If you can't see that in his eyes, or by the way he's going after guys, or by the way he's attacking, because I said this to you and Greg when we were just hanging out 2 hours before the show, I was like, Travis, it didn't look like he was going to get anyone to miss. Like, it was 4 straight, but I'm like, yeah, you got to take him out, because I don't know if he can get an out. And I didn't like feeling that way for him.
No.
And by the way, when the confidence is shot,
bingo,
it's shot. And I'm not saying it's it. I'm not saying I don't believe in him, but I know we got to wrap.
You're so spot on that as a pitcher, you can lie to yourself sometimes, right? You can. If I give up a home run, it's not a big deal. I threw a bad pitch, guy caught it on the barrel, home run. Happens occasionally. Even if I'm on, occasionally I'm going to throw a pitch that gets smoked out of the ball. Whatever. I can say, I didn't have my good stuff today. I wasn't able to throw the ball over the plate. I wasn't able to hit my spot. Okay, fine. That's going to come back around. That's part of being. But when every guy's hitting it on the barrel, that's when it's like, oh boy. Like, I didn't hang a bad pitch. I'm not missing anybody. And that's when the confidence starts to, or the lack of confidence starts to creep in, and it goes in a very, very specific direction. All right. We've, we got first pitch usually coming up next. We're not going to do that, but we're going to do something a little bit different, because I want to talk about your boy, Roki Sasaki, coming up next. That's your guy.
And I'm not done with Diaz.
You might need to start looking for a bigger glove, Geeter. We're going to have to figure that out as well.
Okay.
All right. Let me tell you about the Rams too, right? The Rams football there in Kansas City. You can hear it this weekend on ESPN LA, on the road to take on the Chiefs. You can tune in at 11 a.m. for the Rams countdown to kickoff. Leading up to kickoff at 1 o'clock, you can hear all the action on ESPN LA 710 or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app, home of the Los Angeles Rams. More Dodger talk when we come back. DeMarco and Travis. Skeeter's in for DeMarco on 710 ESPN. You know who I saw yesterday, too, when I was out having that incredible afternoon in Hollywood? Was my friend Mike Capozio. I'm literally pulling into the parking lot in my Chevy Silverado as Mike's standing there, and I rolled down my window and I said, "Hey, Mike, how do you like my truck?" He laughs because Mike and I have become friends over the last couple of years. And Mike, of course, is the man who is running Rotolo Chevrolet out there. He is the absolute key piece to why they've won 14 Dealer of the Year awards in a row at Rotolo Chevrolet because he gets it. Like, I know you hear that all the time. Oh, that guy gets it. This guy gets it. Mike Capozio at Rotolo Chevrolet absolutely gets it. If he gives you incredible customer service and has the vehicles that you're looking for at the price that you're looking for, he knows that you're going to have a great time, and that's what they do every single day. That's why he's having a great time on TV. That's why I've bought 3 separate cars from Rotolo Chevrolet, been driving Silverados for years, because they know how to do it. They get it. So go see for yourself what all the fun's about at Rotolo Chevrolet. It's in Fontana. It's right off the 210 freeway, Sierra Avenue exit. You cannot miss it. It is right there. All sounds good, right? You're thinking, man, I live in Ventura. I live in Long Beach. I live, down in San Clemente. Wherever you might be listening that's not close to Fontana, no problem. RotoloChevy.com. ROTOLO. RotoloChevy.com. And whether you go online or whether you go into the lot, make sure they know that Travis sent you in to Rotolo Chevrolet.
LAFC are back to MLS play. After Leagues Cup Phase 1, the Black and Gold welcome SoCal rival San Diego FC to BMO Stadium. LAFC are looking to take sole control of first place while searching for their first ever win over San Diego. Pre-game starts Saturday night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
John Ireland here, and when it comes to vodka, I like a winner, and Blue Ice Vodka delivers. America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce, and made from Idaho potatoes. Clean, smooth, no additives. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
When it's time for your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. It's Chris Morales telling you to go see John Good at George Chevrolet. With straightforward pricing, real savings, a great selection, and award-winning service, George Chevrolet is committed to earning your business by saving you money. Whether you're a first-time buyer, rebuilding your credit, or ready to upgrade, their team is here to help you find the right vehicle at the perfect price. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway in Bellflower or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Hey, LA and OC, if you love great food and smart prices, you need to know about Wild Fork Foods. Hosting, grilling, you just want a great dinner? Start at Wild Fork Foods. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork, quality meat and seafood, low prices, largest variety in one store.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
You're hanging out with the Rams Super Bowl champ and Sweet Tea.
You got my back. Come on.
No, I don't.
You got my back on
Let
this.
me be very, very clear.
Yes,
I
you
do not have your back.
More DeMarco and Travis right now.
All right, our pal Orel Hershiser is going to join us coming up at 4:15.
That is awesome.
That's going to be really cool. We can kind of get his recap of the events yesterday. I know I spent a lot of time talking about it yesterday. It was an incredible afternoon out in Hollywood, but just getting to see him do it, I can't imagine. Yeah. He got emotional a few times. So I'm real excited to talk to Orel coming up. A little bit.
And I have one of the great Orel stories I'll tell you later. Just one of those where I am such an idiot because I work with Orel in just one of our early years. So I'll share that later in the show.
Cannot wait.
It's pretty fun.
Cannot wait. Don't forget that LAFC is back at BMO Stadium tomorrow night for a SoCal showdown. The Black and Gold take on San Diego FC. Tune in at 6:30 for BMO Countdown to Kickoff with Mario Ruiz. followed by the LAFC pregame show at 7, leading right up to kickoff at 7:30. You can hear all the action on ESPN LA 710 or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app, home of LAFC. You, I think, are the biggest Roki Sasaki fan in my world. Of all the people that I talk to, Chris McGee is the leading Roki Sasaki fan. What did you think last night?
Okay. As you know me now, a lot better than you used to, even though we've known each other a long time. Sure, the audience, I do have a soft spot for people.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see the best in people.
Mm-hmm.
I love guys on my team.
Yes.
Sure, I get frustrated. Last night was one of them. And I texted you.
You sure did.
Apologize for everything.
Yeah.
Not happy with the walk going on here.
Oh, that was tough.
But he did battle.
He did.
And was good before and after, but I did see the Roki that really frustrates everyone, because that moment when you're walking him, and I'm just like, find the plate, man, find the plate. But listen, I know he's not Yamamoto.
No.
But I just think there's he's doing
He's
okay.
talented.
Yeah.
He's talented.
Doing
So
all right
do you
for us.
want optimistic Travis, or do you
Yes.
want Black Cloud Travis?
No, go Black Cloud. for
Black
me.
Cloud. Okay, so Black Cloud that's the guy that struggled at the early part of the year. That's the miss that he had last night were the misses he was having early, which is basically, and again, I speak from personal experience.
Yes.
Certainly not at the major league level, but I know what it's like to be afraid to get hit. And it's a lousy feeling.
And you're missing big.
Where you either need to be perfect or I'm going to miss way out of the zone. Because I know if I miss towards the middle, I'm dead meat. And it's a lousy feeling. And that's, I think, what Roki was struggling with, is he was either out of the zone or he was on the edge of the zone. That doesn't work. You need to be in the zone. And he went, and once it got tight, once the Brewers loaded the bases on him in that situation, I think he was like, I don't want to give up a big inning. I don't want to give up the big double to score 3 runs or a grand slam or something like that. So let me try to get exactly perfect. And he walked 2 guys. A double that clears the bases, to me, feels a little bit better than walking. They don't have to do anything. They just have to stand there and watch the ball go by. And that
6 straight balls, I want to say, at one point.
Yeah, and ball 4 on both of those counts wasn't close. And that's part of me that made me go, okay. The optimistic side is maybe he just had an off night, because he's pitched pretty well over the last month and a half or so, and maybe this just didn't have his command, wasn't quite as sharp as you'd like. But the fact that he didn't find this, he walked 5 guys last night.
Yeah,
that's the old Roki, where it looked like he was very concerned about coming into the zone.
Because only gave up 4 hits.
Yeah,
right. And those 2 runs were walked in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess the positive Peter and me would be like, listen, Travis, there wasn't a complete meltdown, even though there was for me personally texting you for 15 minutes, because I did see a bounce back on both ends of it. And I just don't want to see the guy completely lose confidence. Like, what bothered me there
bigger
was
glove,
what you
maybe.
said. Yeah, bigger glove. What bothered me there was what you were just talking about. I wanted to see him go after those guys. I don't care about getting hit or just missing, but attack.
Yeah.
Don't, walk without a guy having to take the bat off his shoulder.
Yeah,
for me.
And I'm not comparing these 2 guys. They're very different guys at different points in their career with different resumes and track records. And one guy's earned a little bit more, benefit of the doubt than the other. But you know who gave up a lot of home runs towards the back half of his career? Clayton Kershaw.
For sure.
Because you know why? He was in the plate. He was over the plate constantly.
And he's battling.
And give
the mindset.
What do I care? It's 1 run. Here comes another one. And he's just going to continue. I'll get the next guy. I'll strike out the next guy. I'll get the next guy on soft contact. That he never felt like he was afraid to come in the zone. And occasionally you're going to give up one. Attack.
Yeah.
Attack that strike zone. Phillip, that's what you did for the last month or so when no one was hitting you. Just go back to that.
When it comes to Diaz and you think of the frustrations you've had with Roki over the last year, like, my question to you before we had to go to break was like, what also is happening inside that clubhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Is there belief in him? Does that matter to a guy? Can that play with your psyche? You're coming to a team that's won 3 World Series since 2020, who just won 2 World Series.
You don't have any skins on the wall. They
in
do.
a row. They do.
Yeah.
So you're coming. It's something about when people always say, like, oh, when they put on a Laker jersey, can they still hit 3s?
Yeah.
Right? Like, or do the big bright lights? So you're playing here at the Ravine.
It's a very good
You're playing in front of this fan base. The expectations are we're winning. We already know we're in October. Are you ready to deliver for us? Because if you're not, we're going to find someone else.
And let's lose the horns until we get a few saves.
That's what I mean. The first game, though, when the trumpets went off, and it came in, I was so
now
on.
It's like,
I was there.
Yeah.
You
for
were.
the
Laura
first
was there.
time.
Let's we can. I'm not saying we put them away forever. Let's just get a few saves
Dial it
under our
back.
belt and go from there. All right, Gator. The moment you've been waiting
Yeah,
since
man.
a week ago or so. The draft is coming up next.
Yep.
It's DeMarco and Trav. Geeter's in for DeMarco on 710 ESPN.
The home of the Lakers, and now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap.
But Trav, when you're stuck in traffic, you know I'm a big DeMarco and Travis fan.
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
But on Tuesdays, I must admit to you, Live Imaging Tuesday is my favorite day on DeMarco and Travis.
Oh, I'm sure it's Travis's too.
And Trav, I'm sorry to tell you that what makes it my favorite day on the show is how much I feel your vibe of how much you hate Morales pulling in and taking over. And so, for me, I'm just letting you know, I love Live Imaging Tuesday on DeMarco and Travis, and my favorite part is how much you hate it.
Well, it depends on what the topic is on any given day. There are many, many moments where I do hate it. There are fewer moments where I can tolerate it, okay, but...
Listen, imagine doing that 5 days a week. I feel your pain every day.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
There you were, surrounded by fans, sharing wings, sharing drinks, high-fiving random strangers. Everybody remembers the game, but nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you until a few days later. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You wake up, you got a fever, your throat's on fire. So now what? Urgent care closed, ER slammed, telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You need a medical emergency kit. These are not first aid kits, everybody. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions, sinus and ear infections, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more. You can even use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care in a drugstore in your house. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes, and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. That's promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
You're listening to the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show on 710.
By the way, DeMarco, I see you rocking that quarter zip today, man.
Am I making a statement with this thing?
Yes.
It's DeMarco Farr and Travis Rogers.
It's a quarter zip. We've had these forever.
You and I have been wearing these for 30 years.
Back to DeMarco and Travis.
long list.
Okay.
Did you do the
So
recent series, the one kind of post that they rebooted on HBO Max?
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
The one with her and like after
Yes.
he died, and I didn't like it.
By the way, I have daughters and a wife. I've watched every episode. I just got
Have you?
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
I've
so
seen the
I
Gilmore
took
Girls
off
too. I don't
Sex
have
in
a
the
choice.
City for you guys. I'm gonna go with, since you went with an animated show.
Sure.
And everybody thinks I sound like Meg for whatever reason.
Because you do.
I'm gonna go with Family Guy then.
Oh,
There you
great
go.
choice.
Good pick. Good pick.
So I'll go with Family Guy. And
Okay.
then because I did really enjoy this particular show growing up, I'm going to go with Full House.
Oh, good one. Good one.
So I'll do that one.
Uncle Jesse.
Okay.
Yes.
Cut it out. Isn't that what Dave
That was-
Coulier used to
that
say?
was- but he-
Great call.
Had some
Yeah.
beers with Dave Coulier one night. Very fun night.
Really?
But
Yes,
Uncle Jesse
randomly.
wasn't that one.
No.
Yeah, okay.
Uncle Jesse.
I was like,
Dave, he was the other uncle.
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, wait, let's
Uncle
make
Jesse's
sure.
John Stamos.
Yes.
John
Yeah.
Stamos.
And he did
Yeah.
not do that. That's why I was like, wait.
But
who's
no, the
different?
other guy did it.
Yeah.
Dave Coulier. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Good pick.
All right, Geeter.
Okay, this is the moment of truth for me right here. This is going to change my entire draft where you go, because I'm going to get 2 before you get your
I know.
third.
And there's 4 that I want.
Okay.
And I could only get 2.
You got
And I'm going to go with
first rounder.
something that if you haven't seen it, you just will never know. But I'm going to grab it just in case you wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Arrested Development.
Oh, good choice.
Oh.
It was not on my list,
Okay.
I'll be honest, but it's a very, very funny show. I like that a lot.
I think you are going to take the one I want. I have
Okay.
a weird feeling. I shouldn't have left it on the board.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know why.
gonna say
He's
that-
in my head right now.
He really is, because that was not something I would have picked for you, Trav.
It's very funny. Arrested Development?
Yeah.
Like
no.
you weren't
Yeah.
going to go third on that, were you?
No.
No.
No, that was not on it was not on my board. It was not on my big board.
You messed up,
I
Geeter.
can't believe I just left this one out there. I
You
can't
messed
even.
up.
All right, Jorge.
All right, hold him.
If people know I have a crush on this woman, forever I've had a crush on this woman, Sofia Vergara. So
Yeah.
Modern Family.
Modern, by the way,
Modern Family,
that
my
is
man.
one that I was looking
Yeah.
at. It's like one of my personal favorites, so I'm bummed I didn't take it.
I'm not judging you at all when I say this, but you don't have to tell anybody you have a crush on Sophia, but everybody does.
Everybody
Yeah.
does.
Yeah, she's pretty.
So she used,
talented.
she used to be on this Spanish show called Fuera de Serie.
Yeah.
And they would go
Oh,
around
she
different
looked
countries.
hot there.
Dude, that's
Is
what
it
I was like.
in syndication anywhere that I might be able to go and find? Is
Maybe
it in Spanish?
You can find it on YouTube.
Is it in Spanish?
Yeah, it's in Spanish.
Will I care?
No.
All right, good. All right. Cheers.
Okay.
Okay. Cheers is my next one. Just I still love it. It's still very funny to me. It's funny because to your number one pick, Geeter Seinfeld, it's not dated. Like there's a couple of things that kind of its time, but the jokes are still the jokes.
100%.
Some of the Cheers stuff is a little bit more dated because it's a little older than Seinfeld, but I still absolutely love it. Sam Malone, Norm Peterson, the whole crew, they feel like old friends. They feel like old friends. So I'm going to take that. There are many, many, many choices that I have here, and I don't think this is on your board.
Where are you going? Okay.
So I think you're okay. I think you're okay. Get Smart.
Oh.
Get Smart is the one you were teasing me with in there.
Get Smart is the one that's
Wow.
old. It's really weird. It's a parody of James Bond. And Maxwell Smart
100%.
is a dope who keeps floating through life but keeps solving these crimes with Agent 99, Margot Adams, who was great in that role. So I want Get Smart when he was trying to control Chaos, which was the evil organization. Wow. Yeah. I didn't think you'd go Get Smart, but I'm glad I got it. Simpsons now is not the Simpsons from the late 90s or the early 2000s, but Curb has no flat spots. It's all terrific.
It's just, and by the way, Vince Vaughn himself has told me this, by the way. That show, yes, they have a loose script, but they just go and vamp.
Yep.
And they come up with stuff. And when I was told that by him, it just made me even appreciate it more. But I'm going with The Office.
Great
Are
choice.
you going with Friends because we're playing the music for an hour?
I'm Latina, bro. No. No, we're not doing that. I actually wanted to do El Chavo, but Jorge beat me to it, which is great choice. Then I thought about a really good, feel-good show that's kind of new, and I thought Ted Lasso, why not? But then I said I wanted to really have El Chavo, and I wanted to have, as Jorge, Latino representation, because that's big for me. So I'm going to go with La Familia Peluche, which I'm sure you guys have never seen, which is fun. But it's basically about a family, and the
husband and wife argue all the time.
And the daughter is smart, but they think she's dumb, even though she's not. He accidentally almost killed a guy, and then the guy
police officer who's doing an investigation. They almost killed this guy.
Yes.
And then they tell him, "Oh, you're our son. You're our son." So he thinks
that he's
part
a
of the
son
family
because he forgot his memory.
He's got amnesia?
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, I love how excited Jorge is right now.
It's such a good show.
And then their outfits, they're all furry. Like the car is furry.
And the wife is a lot. But she's also she's a good looking woman, so I'll send you.
Yeah. Okay. Now
yeah. Come in.
Yeah. No, it's a funny show. When I was a little younger and I used to hear, I was like, God, they're idiots. But that was the fun part of the show because
have you guys seen that movie Coda?
What movie?
Coda.
I've seen it
with Eugenio Derbez, the guy who plays the teacher.
Yes,
he stars in that show.
Oh, love him.
Yeah. He's
Coda.
the main star. Coda.
Good sneaky movie.
Yeah, it is a good movie.
I mean, he's a great actor. But anyways, that's what rounding up. Yeah.
I have an idea.
We're going to revisit this.
We're going to swing back
because there are so many on our board.
There's a lot of meat left on the bone.
And I want to know what you have on your list.
Race to the Crown is driven by Rotolo Chevrolet, California's #1 Chevy dealer, 13 straight years, huge inventory, outstanding service. Rotolo takes pride in doing it right. Rotolo Chevrolet, #1 for a reason. He is the latest member of the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He is a World Series champion and MVP, a Cy Young Award winner. Orel Hershiser is going to join us coming up next. It's DeMarco and Travis, ESPN LA.
LAFC are back to MLS play. After League's Cup Phase 1, the Black and Gold welcome SoCal rival San Diego FC to BMO Stadium. LAFC are looking to take sole control of first place while searching for their first ever win over San Diego. Pregame starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Guys, Pizza Hut takes me back old school. Birthday parties, Little League, Friday nights, there was always something special about the Hut. Now, celebrate again with Pizza Hut's new throwback value menu. Iconic favorites like a personal pan pizza, breadsticks, and a 2-liter soda starting at just $4. Feed the family with the original stuffed crust pizza, $11.99 for a 1-topping medium. Try new additions like triple cheese, mac, and gooey s'mores sticks. Go to pizzahut.com or order now on the Pizza Hut app.
When it's time for your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. It's Chris Morales telling you to go see John Good at George Chevrolet. With straightforward pricing, real savings, a great selection, and award-winning service, George Chevrolet is committed to earning your business by saving you money. Whether you're a first-time buyer, rebuilding your credit, or ready to upgrade, their team is here to help you find the right vehicle at the perfect price. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway in Bellflower or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
The LA Card Expo returns August 15th and 16th to the Warner Center Marriott in Woodland Hills. Sports cards, Pokemon, TCG, autographed memorabilia, rare finds, and more, all under one roof. With over 150 vendor tables, there's something for serious collectors, casual fans, and the whole family. Show hours are Saturday, August 15th, 9:30 to 5, and Sunday, August 16th from 10 to 4. For tickets and info, visit lacardexpo.com. That's lacardexpo.com. Don't miss the LA Card Expo, August 15th and 16th.
Call Jacob. Hey, it's Mace.
And I'm Ireland.
After a crash, you are on the spot. You got to make the right decisions.
So count on peace of mind. Count on Jacob. Here's what I mean. 800
800-345-6789. Macy, just count to 9.
Exactly. Count on a plan. Count on a team that moves fast. Count on Jacob.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Shohei Ohtani's interpreter was fired today. Ippei Mitsuhara ran up gambling debts to a Southern California bookmaking operation.
The inside story of the biggest scandal in modern baseball.
He was absolutely bananas, the amount of bets he was making. I've never seen anything like it.
From 30 for 30 podcasts, this is The Betrayal of Shohei Ohtani.
Presented by Gusto. New episodes available now. Listen wherever you get your podcasts.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
This is the afternoon show with DeMarco and Travis.
I love a good fruity cocktail.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You look like a fruity cocktail guy.
I will have one.
DeMarco and Travis is on right now.
All right, DeMarco is on his way to Kansas City to cover the Rams and the Chiefs tomorrow. Chris McGee sitting in for DeMarco today, and we are joined by our pal, Orel Hershiser, who had an amazing day yesterday. And I did not get a chance to tell Orel yesterday after the ceremony was over when he got the Hollywood or the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame because I had to run out to Morongo and do the show. I told the story on the air yesterday. What an incredible event it was for me to be able to see this, to be able to just experience it firsthand. Orel, I listened to your speech yesterday. It was amazing. With 24 hours or so to reflect on it, what was it like for you to stand up there and see all these people that came out to celebrate that moment with you?
Yeah, somebody told me after the speech, they said you never said the word humbling and you never said the word grateful, but everybody knew you did. And so that's the one thing as far as feedback I took away from it. Maybe I accomplished my goal. But the other thing, looking back at it, the most exciting thing for me was it wasn't a funeral. It was more like a wedding. And the people that all came out, they not only wanted to be there to support me, but they wanted to see each other. And it was so great to see, Ann Myers Drysdale with Laura Lasorda, or to see Peter O'Malley with Stan Kasten, or to see Miggy Rojas talking to Kirsch again, all that kind of stuff going on around you as we're waiting to settle in the chairs and the pre-show. And then, Davis Gaines singing the national anthem, and then Bob Costas being the MC, and then four of my friends that you're not sure they're going to say yes because it's a portion of their day, but Kirsch gets up there, and Dave Roberts gets up there, and Joe Davis gets up there, and Jaime Areen gets up there, and you go, oh, my gosh, this is like, I'm so glad I'm here. I'm not dead.
Yeah, right.
That's such a great point.
And then all the fans that are, kind of outside the secured area, and the police officers that escort you around, and everybody. I say this a little bit every once in a while. I feel like the pretty girl in high school where somebody wants to always carry my books. It's like it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to have 7 prom dates, and I got to turn everybody down.
It was it was really
amazing.
It really was. And Orel, I thought what was really a great credit to yourself and the person that you are was with all the speakers that you mentioned yesterday, all the names that you just said. Not one person talked about you as a baseball player. Everybody knows that you're a great baseball player, Cy Young Award winner, World Series MVP. Like we know that. We remember. Everybody talked about you as an individual, as a teammate, as a friend, a leader. And that really struck me that in a moment that everybody gets a chance to say what they want to say about you, and everybody talked about your character and your humility and your compassion for other people, it was a very, very powerful moment.
Yeah, I mean, it probably took me 2-3 weeks of just writing stuff down and thinking, and I didn't read the speech, but I definitely had big bullet points on my pieces of paper to take me to different topics and to different teams that I've been on. And I pretty much did start out as very much a suspect, as a 7-year-old that had some ability but wanted to play in Little League when the guys were all 8 and playing, as a high school guy that wanted to make the team but didn't make the team to my junior year, as a college guy that got academically ineligible the freshman year and really set my whole college life back, and then finally made an impact my junior year in college and get drafted by the Dodgers, and 4.5 years in the minor leagues and all the different teams I wanted to play on there to get to the iconic organization. And so when I kept thinking about my life and why is this happening, it really focused on two things. I just always wanted to be a good teammate and be on the team, and I loved being a Dodger, and I don't get a star if this is not LA-centric, if this is not Dodger-centric, and if this is not teammate-centric, from Sandy Koufax and Don Drysdale being mentors and Tommy Lasorda being my manager, and learning from Don Newcomb and Roy Campanella, and, having Peter O'Malley as the owner and Fred Clare as the general manager putting it together, and then winning a world championship, which then gives me enough resume to an opportunity to be a broadcaster, not only for the LA local market, but at the national level with ESPN and ABC and Little League World Series and College World Series. And again, just wanting to be on the team. And then once you're on the team, I think I said it in the speech, I said, if you're a home run hitter that needs to move the runner over, you can't try and hit the home run. You got to move the runner over. If you're a pitcher and you need to sacrifice an out for a run, you sacrifice the run and you get the out. And if you happen to be on a roll where you get to throw the last pitch of the World Series, then that's your role, and that's what you need to do. You need to follow through and do the best you can.
Orel, it's Geeter. As your work partner, I'm so proud of you, my brother. What an amazing moment. I always tell my friends, like, during World Series times over the year, like, getting to watch a few innings with you over at Spectrum has always been, like, some of my favorite moments. And you kind of hit it on the head and led me to my next question. People always ask me about you and about James Worthy and Nomar, and I'm always like, man, they're just guys that are part of our team, and they've welcomed us from day one. When you're there yesterday, Orel, it's 40 years of Dodger baseball. Like, what did that mean to you, this Dodger family? I mean, truly incredible. You mentioned Miggy and Kurse. They're out there for you.
Yeah, you don't realize how many friends you have. You really don't. And, guys, and yes, there were gals there with Drysdale and Lasorda and some others, and the widow of Don Newcomb, and, lots of, I mentioned Janet Murray Smith. But, in baseball and athletics on the men's side, you don't see each other in the off season, and then you walk in the first day of spring training, and it's like you just saw each other yesterday. You walk into the locker room, I'm sure, in workouts for football or for basketball, and you haven't talked to your guy. But with social media and phones now, there's more of a relationship in group texting. But in our day, there wasn't. So you don't pick up the phone, you don't look at each other eye to eye and tell each other what a great friend you are, and so glad you have the relationship, and this is how you've treated me, and do you remember this night that you did this, or do you remember that night, or do you remember that time when we lost and I was down in the dump and Dave Roberts talked about, his phone lights up when they win and nobody calls. But, those are the nights when I've a half a bottle of wine and the Dodgers have lost a tough one. And I look at my phone and my wife says, don't start texting people. And I go, honey, I got to text Dave. I know he's laying awake right now, or he's sitting there watching the highlights or looking at his lineup for tomorrow, and he's grinding and he's not in a good place. I've been there. I've given up 6 runs in 3 innings and taken a loss and can't fall asleep till the morning, and then I got to get up and go work out and get out of bed. So I'm more the guy that reaches out to people when things are going bad than the guy that, like, I can't wait to go in the office. They had a big win last night. I can't wait to be around Dave. It's going to be fun. No, I mean, when people are on a roll and people haven't seen each other in a while, but people understand where everybody kind of lives because you lived it, I try and fill those holes.
It was a really great moment. We're speaking with Orel Hershiser, who received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame yesterday. And Orel, before the ceremony, the group had gathered at a restaurant at Musso and Frank, and I had never met Dave Anderson before. And all of a sudden, I'm standing next to him, and I introduce myself, and we're kind of having a conversation. And Bob Costas is there, and all of a sudden Bob and Dave start sharing the story again about the 1988 World Series, which, of course, you've told this story on this show and many, many other places many, many times. But you could tell that even a guy like Dave Anderson, who I absolutely loved, by the way, he was terrific, was telling the story like everybody's re-engaged in this. And like, as you were saying, that when you see your old friends and you're remember this and remember that, I can't imagine. This is just me as a fan getting to relive these moments, but you as a vital member of these moments, do you still get a thrill out of talking about that stuff 30, 40 years after the fact, the way that people like me just getting to listen to it do?
It's probably the wrong thing to say as a professional broadcaster being paid to tell those stories, but I would rather hear somebody else tell it.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard their point of view.
Yeah.
Right? So when Bob tells me, I'm hanging on every word. When Dave tells me, I'm hanging on every word. When I'm asked to tell it, I'm worried that I'm going to tell it right. So, and now, I'm going to turn 68 in I can't even remember my birthday, September. And so, every time I'm asked to tell these stories, it's like, make sure you get it right. Make sure you do it in the right order. Make sure you have the right rhythm for the people. Make sure the excitement is there, because you want to tell the story the right way for the people on the air, or if in a cocktail party or wherever, meet somebody on the street. So, but to hear it from the other side is like fantastic. So I understand what you feel as a fan, being a fly on a wall at that place with those guys talking, and you're either in the conversation or overhearing it. That's the same thrill I get when they tell it.
Well, I'll tell you this, Orel. You made my man Travis Rogers' day because he came in here, he's telling the story, sitting next to Bob Costas in the black car, going over, and then there's a beautiful picture of you sitting down, and guess who's right behind you? And he has no idea how he got there. Travis Rogers in his suit. He is going to have that picture and that story for the rest of his life. So thank you for that, Orel.
It was it was a thrill for me to have Travis there and all the people that came. And the one person that I know Travis missed and I missed was Fernando.
Yes.
Oh, for sure. And I wish I could have had a lot longer to talk because there were so many fun stories about every individual in the audience and every individual that said they would come, and the guys did all the speaking, and Bob and everybody. So when I did the speech, and I thought, if I miss a name, I'm going to offend somebody. But I told people at the beginning, I'm going to mention names, and you're all unforgettable, but I might forget one today, and please don't be offended because you're all inscribed on my heart. And you can't mention everybody when they say you have 6 minutes, but you have 7 or 8 or 10.
Yeah.
And when you get on a roll and you're telling about every one of your team members of that day, I tried to go over the whole 88 lineup, and I was in my head, I'm like Dempsey and Socha behind the plate, Hatcher and Gibson in left, John Shelby in center, Mike Davis and Moose in right, Dave Anderson and Alfredo at short, Jeff Hamilton at third, Stubby, the just stunt man, Saxey at second, and I'm like, okay, if I say it at that pace and I say it at that rhythm, it's not going to be boring because there's going to be some nicknames in there. There's going to be this. They're going to know I'm talking about my team, but you're going to miss somebody. And I hope that we got through it, that people understood that if I missed their name or missed them as part of the team, that they still are part of my team.
Well, I don't know if you missed anybody. I just know that everybody was feeling what you were laying down yesterday, Orel, that everybody was feeling that incredible sense of camaraderie and team that you were trying to convey. It was a really, really special moment, and thank you again for including me in it. It was a great day. And unfortunately, real quick, the game last night was not the cherry on top of the Dodger Sunday, unfortunately. You mentioned a second ago that you know what it feels like to go out there and have a rough day and get knocked around and give up some runs.
Yeah.
What's rattling around Edwin Diaz's head right now? He's obviously struggling. He's struggling to get off the field in the ninth inning. What do you think is going on between his ears right now?
I would think he's sad. I would think he thinks I'm not living up to my contract. I would think that he thinks these guys are depending on me and we're in a great place. And going into October, I got to figure this out and get it going. But you can only do that with daily work. You can't do that and say, oh, in a month I'll be fine. Because as a closer, as an everyday player, as somebody that needs to go back out there into the pressure situations, you You can talk and think about it and be sad, but you got to go back out there and do the work. And I'm sure they're breaking down film. I'm sure they're breaking down the measurements from the computer. I'm sure they're looking at his body. They're looking at strength. The thing I know for a fact is mid-career, I had 3 Mytech bone anchors put in the front of my shoulder, and I had a 13-month rehab that was supposed to take 2 years, but I came back in 13 months. But every time I took the mound after that surgery, there were things that used to come natural that I had to start thinking about. There were calibers of my bullets that came out of my arm, depending on the day. There was movement and flexibility in my shoulder, my elbow, and my arm, my body that was different every day. And you can't go out and perform at a big league level with precision when you're having to do things that you're thinking about now that used to be subconscious, and that the tool that you're working with is changing on a daily basis. And so I am not worried about him finding it someday, because I found it and ended up with more wins post-op than pre-op. But I'm just the time frame and the pressure and the moment and what the Dodgers need and expect, they're going to have to keep running him out there. They need to. We have an unbelievable bullpen when you look at the resumes. We have an unbelievable bullpen if they're all healthy. But when some guys struggle, and especially your closer, and especially the guy on the contract that needs it, and we saw this last year with our lefty, when they get it back, they're themselves. But at the big league level, the opponent has ability too. So this is an edgy world, baseball. The difference between hitting on the barrel and getting jammed is like an inch. The difference between a strike, we're watching this ABS system now. It's unbelievable, the shadows of a baseball that graze the strike zone, that guys get calls reversed. So you can just see from how we're measuring the game and playing the game and watching the game, it's an edge between good and great. It's an edge between you're bad and off the team and good. And that's where he's living.
Or on a positive side, and of course, being a pitcher and as a Dodger fan, like when you look at what this potential rotation could be and how deep it is when you add Tarek Skubal with Glass coming back, Snell now back. Yep. How excited do you get, in your role with the Dodgers, to just think about what it could be like in October?
Yeah, I mean, what Snell did is remarkable. I mean, you have two ends of the tangent, right? You got Edwin Diaz coming back from surgery, and you got Snell coming back from surgery, and Snell comes back and looks like that's the best I've ever seen him throw a baseball, and Edwin is struggling for multiple outings. So there's the range of what can happen coming back from surgery or in the midst of things. But as far as the rotation, we have so much equity as far as talent, and then we have equity we can send to the bullpen in the playoffs. So it really is about getting everybody healthy, running those names out there that the hot hands at the end, and picking the other hot hands if there's not enough games to start them in, getting them in the bullpen. And it should be a very, very strong staff. And the other side of the equation is the offense, and they're starting to come around too in different ways, mostly staying away from singles. We all singles and home runs, and now we're starting to get some doubles and triples and mainly doubles that are making the rallies. When they get 7 to 9 to 10 hits, they're scoring 4 and 5 runs because a lot of those hits are extra base hits now, not just singles or a solo shot.
Or I got to ask you, it's funny, so many Dodger text chains I'm on, and I feel like it's been a hot topic lately. Travis and I talk about it on the radio a lot. I mean, Max Muncy, one of your guys, he's now just becoming like this all-time
legend
favorite Dodger. It's just incredible. And then you look at the value, return of investment that he's been. It's literally one of the best you've seen. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, he gave a hometown discount probably could have got a lot more, maybe more length somewhere else, but he wanted to be a Dodger. It's loyalty to the Dodgers giving him a chance. It's memories of unbelievable Octobers, and you're for sure going to go play in some more of them. It's the teammates and the locker room and the facility and the fans and everything. It's the 2 planes, I'm sure. It's the gourmet meals. It's a place that, if you take less to play here, you gain a lot of other areas. And Max is a veteran now and has been here forever, and he knows all the benefits of being a Dodger, and he didn't want to lose that. And last year I don't know last year, but just over the course of time. Mookie Betts was the guy you wanted up in the moment. Freddie Freeman was the guy you wanted up in the moment. Will Smith was the guy you wanted up in the moment. Ohtani was the guy you want up in the moment. Well, right now, Max has reached the pinnacle of who you want up in the moment. And I hope it continues. It's amazing to watch. And if we have him near the top and Ohtani near the top and Mookie finds his swing and Freddie does his thing with the opposite field base hits and Will Smith gets healthy, and all of a sudden you go, just like the bullpen, just like the rotation, you go, whoa, this is just a super team.
It really is, and I can't wait for October to swing back around again. Orel, again, one last time, congratulations on the incredible award and achievement yesterday on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. We will see you next week out at Legends Attic, right, on the 20th?
Yeah, the 20th. I think we're going to come up with a new thing for it. I think I'm going to do something at Legends Attic myself this time, and I think they're going to start – Eddie was kicking around an idea of doing something with the star and the date of the star and sign it on some balls and make it a limited edition kind of thing. So I think they're kicking that around today. Awesome. And so Legends Attic, we're going to have Dalton Rushing out there that day, and I know I'm going to be there to host Dalton, but I'm also thinking about maybe signing some stuff so that fans can get a piece of the Hollywood Star Day.
Very cool. Congratulations again, my friend.
Congrats,
and we'll see you next week.
All right. Take care.
Okay. That's awesome. That's pretty good. Yeah. Keep running them out there, right?
Big props to Max right there.
Big. You could tell him talking about the star, too, just how it means to be surrounded by all of his teammates and everything else.
He was kind of blown away. You could tell he's still feeling.
He was emotional when he was talking about it yesterday in real time.
He hit on something, though, like when people gather like that and talk about you, there's a good chance you're not there.
It's funny. Remember the author John Feinstein?
Yes.
He wrote The Good Walk Spoiled.
Of course,
and Season on the Brink. Yeah, and I got to know him a little bit previously, and when I was getting married, he called and wished me congratulations. He knew that I was about to get married, and he said something to me that I've never forgotten, and I've said it to many, many people many, many times, and I always give him credit for this. There are 2 days in your life where everybody comes to celebrate you. One's your wedding, and the other's your funeral, and you're going to have a lot more fun at the first one than the second one. And not that yesterday was a funeral, but it was another one of those moments for everybody to get together and say, I love you, and you're important to me, and it was a really, really great moment yesterday. All right, Rams football is back this weekend on ESPN LA. The Rams are back on the road to take on the Chiefs in preseason action. You can tune in at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning for the Rams countdown to kickoff, leading up to kickoff at 1 o'clock. Hear all the action on ESPN LA 710 or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app, home of the Los Angeles Rams. A little Pachanga pick of the week is coming up next. Geeter's here for DeMarco. DeMarco and Trav, 710 ESPN.
Coming up Saturday morning at 7 a.m., the Weekend Warrior Show with Dr. Robert Clapper. How are ya? Presented by Cedar Sinai. Now, Dr. Clapper's doing a completely live show on Saturday talking about gravity. But also, he's giving away 3 spots to play in his foursome at the SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic on Friday, August 28th at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. Listen Saturday, 7 a.m., the Weekend Warrior Show for your chance to win and play golf with Dr. Clapper.
Hi guys, it's Ramona Shelburne for Hyundai of Glendale, where it's back to school savings all month long. Right now, lease a brand new 2026 Hyundai Palisade SE for $279 a month. Comes with owner's assurance and America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Take it from me, with next level customer service and incredible dealer incentives, your next Hyundai is waiting for you at Hyundai of Glendale. Call 818-222-8000 or check them out at HyundaiofGlendale.net.
$279 per month plus tax. Close and lease for 24 months. $47.49 totals due on signing plus government fees and taxes. Unapproved above average credit through HMF. 7,500 miles per year. 20 cents per excess miles. Expires 8/30/26.
Hey guys, it's John Ireland. In all my years of covering sports, one thing is for certain. Great teams walk in with a playbook. So why face your family's future without one? Globe Life makes protecting the people you love simple. And with Globe Life, it's never been easier. You can apply for coverage online or with an agent in just minutes. No complicated strategy, just straightforward protection from a name you already trust. Get your free quote today at globelifeinsurance.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition at goodkarmabrands.com.
Harry Douglas here to help you ignite your taste buds with Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shots. Juicy cherry, citrus lime, and blue raspberry. It's that iconic freezer pop flavor, but with none of that guilty sugar aftermath. The perfect summer kick. It's delicious, portable, zero sugar energy shot bursting with flavor. Bring on the summer with Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com and on Amazon.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
It's DeMarco Farr and Travis Rogers.
Right.
Just I.
Right.
All right.
Right. It was cool.
By the way, I think that's the first time I ever said I.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis rolls on.
Did I get it out in one piece?
Maybe.
Did I
Yeah,
survive?
you did good. Back to the guys.
All right, it's time for the Pachanga pick of the week, and let's make it the easy one, the obvious one, the best one. The Rams and the Chiefs tomorrow in preseason football, 1 o'clock. You can hear the pregame show starting right here at 11 a.m. Preseason football, like we've talked about, Geeter, can be kind of a drag.
Yeah.
But I don't think that tomorrow is going to be a drag because the Rams need to figure out what the heck they're going to do at the backup quarterback position.
As Raider fans wanted to see Mendoza yesterday, Rams fans are going to be dialed in on those two quarterbacks.
Those two quarterbacks, the Rams have been all in from the moment that last season ended, right? Matthew Stafford wins the MVP. He's coming back. He's going to do it again. Puka is in the prime of his
Lose
career.
in heartbreaking fashion. We're that's it.
They go out and they get Trent McDuffie. You go out and you get Jalen Watson. You go out and then you shock the world and Myles Garrett shows up.
Revamp your special teams.
You hire a new special teams coordinator. Like all of this, all in. You draft a quarterback for the future, which makes some sense. If you have a lot of runway to get this figured out. But again, and this is not a criticism of Ty Simpson. This is just a reading of Ty Simpson's resume. He hasn't even played a lot of college football. So the idea of just dropping him into an NFL game anytime between now and the start of the regular season or the middle of the regular season, that is a very large ask. Stetson Bennett has never played in an NFL game during the regular season. If Matthew Stafford, if he goes down for the year, then I think we all know what that means. But if he misses time, high ankle sprain, for instance.
Let's say 2 games.
Yeah,
2-3 games.
2-3 games.
Maybe it's,
What do you do? Because I think what we see tomorrow with both Simpson and Bennett is going to inform who at least might be the first option in that situation. But the fact that Bennett is going to play, the fact that Simpson's going to play, like Sean McVay does not typically play the guys that he knows are going to be. Jimmy G never played in the
didn't
preseason.
Take a snap, right?
Nope, not one in the preseason because Jimmy G is an important part of what we're doing.
But you don't have that luxury now.
You have to
like
go
these
see
guys
what you
have to take snaps, right? And you have 3 games to do it, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think 2.
Depending on how they...
Got another joint practice with the Saints coming up next week, so that's another opportunity to get a quasi kind of realish look at it. But I keep coming back to, you've done all of this thing, and I know I've used this analogy before, but you left the port on the Death Star open. And it's like, we don't want to put a piece of plywood over that and make sure that everything's good. Like, Jimmy G is a pretty good piece of plywood. Derek Carr, which one's the car that's at UCLA now? Derek Carr is in town.
He's now coaching
at UCLA.
But he was a name that we were talking about as a veteran.
And look, if he just walked in and said, I can figure it out, and I believe him.
Yeah.
He's been in the NFL a long time. He knows how to play
NFL
NFL quarterback.
Maybe he said to McVay, listen, I'll be at UCLA. If you need
just down
me,
the street.
Let me know.
Yeah. Are you as concerned about this as I am?
I will say this. For a guy that always stands on that, I don't care about preseason hill.
Yeah.
I'll do it a lot in basketball. Even though I know I cover the Lakers, I'm okay heckling preseason, even though I get to see the guys a little bit. And I do like to see the younger G League guys. But after a while, you're ready for the regular season. Football, I love the NFL. I've said this to you a million times. Love to do fantasy, love the Rams. I don't care about the preseason, but I do now care a little bit. Like, I do want to see it when I usually would not even pay attention to it.
There's stakes tomorrow.
There's stakes tomorrow.
The result of the game isn't a big deal, but if one of these guys goes out there and looks bad, I think it's really alarming. If one of them goes out there and looks okay, I think at least it's a step in the right direction.
And I don't know how much that person's going to get to do, whether it's Bennett or whether it's Simpson, but like, I want to see you make some throws. I want to see, how that drive down the field looks. I want to see the command and
I want to see the
test.
decisions.
Yeah,
I want to see the don't do the thing like, what's fine? An incompletion. You know what's fine? A sack. You know what's fine? Punts. Like, you can, but interceptions, fumbles, running around and turning a 2-yard loss into a 10-yard loss because you're trying, like, let's use our noodles here.
I think you hit on a great point. Like, I don't want to see mistakes. Sloppy.
Like, mental
it's okay
sloppy.
to make mistakes, but the mental sloppy ones. And we get that you're not going to be playing the 85 Bears.
No, you're not.
But I still want you to look the parts, and I think that will put us at ease heading into September.
I just need a little ease in my life.
That's
Peter.
it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That is your Pechanga pick of the week. Pechanga Resort and Casino. Their stay and play package is a deluxe room for one night, a $100 resort or dining credit. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. Visit pechanga.com for more information. A little tip or no tip is coming up next. Skeeter's here for DeMarco. It's DeMarco and Travis, 710 ESPN.
ESPN LA may sound one way on AM.
But you know where it sounds best?
You guessed it, crystal clear digital audio.
Crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA wherever you get your apps.
And you can always watch LA's mega sports station live or on demand on our YouTube channel at ESPN Los Angeles.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Waba Grill. It's flavorful.
Pick me up and never put me down.
It's quality. It's fresh. It's spicy. Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. A spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed in fiery chili crisp. Get yours now, only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Hi, folks, it's Orel Hershiser, and I couldn't be prouder or more excited to introduce the new Orel Hershiser Chevrolet here in beautiful Chino. Chevrolet has been a part of America's story for over 100 years, built on grit, reliability, and doing things the right way. And that's exactly how we are going to earn your business at Orel Hershiser Chevrolet. So come on in, say hello, and let us earn your trust. Orel Hershiser Chevrolet. Bulldog tough, Chevy strong.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
This is the afternoon show with DeMarco and Travis.
If I came in a tank top and dolphin shorts, you'd be like, what's up, dude? What's going on over there?
DeMarco and Travis continue.
I couldn't have been scareder. Is that a word?
More scared?
More scared.
Back to the guys.
Yeah, we don't have DeAndre, so he forgets to put the replay.
You'll get him back Monday. Don't worry.
You're worried about making sure that you poach her.
Okay, hold on. Okay, she wants to take shots. She forgot she gave you the read.
I did forget.
I'm like, who's the one going crazy here? Me or you?
It's definitely me. I was okay.
She's like, I gotta print it. I don't have it. I don't know what I did with it. I'm like, it's in the log. Well, I don't have it. I'm usually good about this.
Oh my God,
like,
I was so bringing people behind the curtain. So I always, especially certain reads, I give to the talent ahead of time so they can do some prep for the read. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't have the read, but it's on my rundown. Like, where is the read? Did I not print the read? And he's like, dude, why do you keep talking to yourself? You're freaking me out back here. I don't know if you're talking to yourself, to me, to Andy, to somebody else. Like, what's happening? And then I was like, listen, dude, this is just me back here. And this is my process. Like,
I got to work through it.
Yeah, it's your journey.
Work through it. And now we get to do tip or no tip.
That is true.
Brought to you by Big Al.
Correct.
Well,
Are you a sidekick here?
Is there an open for this? Or?
Somewhere.
Tip or no tip on that?
Let's see.
Oh, it's just a song, I guess.
All right. So we talked a little bit about this yesterday, but the internet loves receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Sometimes you say some things and you can't walk them back because they're out there. So this was Bob Iger, who appeared on JJ Redick's podcast, Old Man in 3, back in 2021. The quote is, I'm a Clippers fan, having moved from New York to Los Angeles back in 2000, and being a big NBA fan, I needed a team to root for. Lakers were a big rival of the Knicks, the team I grew up rooting for, so I couldn't root for the Lakers very easily. It's just not in my DNA. So we've asked if, Bob Iger having courtside tickets to the Clippers was a big deal, and most people said no. But now that you hear this quote, tip or no tip, is this quote now a big deal?
Geeter, you want me to take this one?
Take this one.
Okay.
No, go after you. Yeah. I'll go after you.
I still don't think it's a big deal. I think that the actual quote matters a great deal here. The reason he chose the Clippers, Bob Iger, I believe, is a New Yorker, grew up a Knicks fan.
Yes.
And so I get it. The Knicks are on that tier of Celtics, Lakers, Knicks. There's maybe 4 or 5 teams in the whole league that are on tier 1, right? The Knicks are on it, even though they won their first championship in a billion years. It's the New York Knicks. They matter. Whether they're good, bad, or anywhere in between, the Knicks matter. So him as a fan of a tier 1 team, I can never root for another tier 1 team. The Clippers are whatever the exact opposite of tier 1 is. That's what the Clippers are. So it's an easy, I can come in here, I can watch NBA basketball, I can feel good about this because I can't get with those guys because they are on the same tier. Owning the team opens up everything. It opens up everything that I can
and
get
if you're
over
a great
this pretty
owner,
quickly.
all is forgiven. I remember
Yes.
Bill Simmons moving into town and getting
Absolutely.
Clipper season tickets because he's not going to have Lakers season tickets,
Right.
but he loves basketball and he wants to see all these
Exactly
teams come
right.
in. I get what Mr. Iger is saying. And
Yes.
by the way, that was before he owned the Lakers. And he's telling the truth. Like, listen, I'm a Knicks guy.
Yeah.
I hate LA. Cares about the little Clippers over here.
Right.
I'm going to get their season tickets. I think it's hilarious. And I think he's going to have to answer to those receipts at his opening press conference. And it will be funny.
Yeah.
But it is no tip.
Yeah, I'm
It's all good.
He owns the team. He's going to root for the team. That sometimes other things take precedent over things. And he was never a Clipper fan. He's a Knicks fan. That's okay. We all have to. These are guys. How many different players of teams do you think grew up in a city? Let's say you grow up. I'm not even going to make it hypothetical. I will make it factual. Steve Sachs grew up in Sacramento in that area.
Okay.
And was a San Francisco Giants fan. Okay. Loved the Giants. It was Oakland A's. He was a huge Oakland A's fan. And when he was in high school, he was a very highly regarded prospect and all this stuff. And it's like, no matter who draft, I can't wait to go play and all these things, but never the Dodgers.
Never the Dodgers, guys.
Guess what?
He's a lifer.
The Dodgers draft him. Go Dodgers.
And by the way, like host Dodger shows. And
yeah, so this stuff changes.
It changes,
Yeah.
but the receipts are fun for the
They
rest
are
of
fun.
us.
They are.
And they live on social media for life.
Forever.
Okay, so this one, shout out to Briones, that brought it to my attention. Maybe you guys have heard the sound or not, but play this from Fernando Mendoza.
For example, I drove to the stadium today, and that was the first time I've ever done that because usually in college, you just hop on the bus. It's very regimented. So there's a lot more autonomy that you get as an NFL player, a lot more flexibility, and I think that's going to be beneficial in the future.
Okay. They were asking him the difference between playing college football, playing NFL football. He said he had to drive himself, and that was different.
Well, it is different, I guess.
You know. Okay, but I don't even want to say a tip or no tip, but you said something in our meeting that he's corny. He
strikes me as corny, yeah.
And every time I hear him speak, I kind of want to slap him a little bit, see if we can get some personality. Because hearing this, I'm just like, duh. Like, you're not in school anymore. You have to drive yourself to work, bro. Like, what are we doing? So I just wanted to play it for you guys.
Yeah.
Also, can I add something to this? Or in that same press conference, they asked him, like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Like, what are your plans for after the game? He's like, honestly, I have no plans. I'm probably going to go back and watch more film because I got nothing to do tonight.
And then last night, he talked about, I don't know the direct quote, I think,
Yeah,
it was about, I let everyone down.
Yeah.
And you and I were, listen.
Come on, bro.
I want to see something else. I don't want the programmed answer and what you think everyone wants to hear. And I know he's a young guy.
Yep.
But I'd like to see some human elements to him.
Yes.
And I can connect with you better. I want my quarterback to be a dude.
Yes.
Who gets frustrated also and pissed and,
be human.
Yes.
Be real. Be authentic. Yes. And look, I like nice guys. We all like nice guys. I think that nice guys
I'm sure
make
he's
the
a good
world
guy.
go round. And that's good. And you like people that think about other people. You like good team. We just talked to Orel Hershiser, who'd spent an entire speech on Hollywood Boulevard talking about the importance of being a team player and you need other people to help you succeed to these things. But you know what else happens sometimes with athletes? They get mad. They get frustrated. They get chippy.
They say dumb stuff.
They say dumb things because they're competitive and they're fired up and they're ready to go.
Agree.
Fernando Mendoza, who I do not know well at all. I've obviously seen him in Indiana and seen some quotes that it feels to me that he's running everything through the computer in his head before it comes out of his mouth. That reminds me a lot of Russell Wilson, who, by the way, is a really good football player. But also struck me as a guy like, dude, that's not how a real person acts.
Yeah, I thought it was odd, too. Like, I let everyone down. No, you didn't.
No,
it's a
it's a
preseason game. You threw a
preseason
touchdown. Like, well, yeah, sure, you missed some throws.
Yeah. So it's okay to just say, it's just take the filter off a little bit. Now, he's a quarterback. And, like, for instance, I think this is a good example. Matthew Stafford knows how not to step on the bear trap. He's never going to say a thing that's going to make everybody go, whoa, what do you mean by that? He's never going to. But when he talks, he sounds like a real person.
Yeah.
He sounds like somebody that has emotions. He gets frustrated. He gets angry. He gets happy. He gets excited. He's all of those things. He sounds like he's measured. There's not a ton of like meaty things a lot of the time, but you never get the sense that he's being inauthentic.
Agreed.
And Mendoza feels a little rehearsed. I think that's the word that'll go.
A lot rehearsed.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said, geez, Laura, slap him? But, okay, yes, I do not condone violence, but I will
shake him. You want to give him a little...
metaphorically slap him.
We know what you meant.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, it is Latino. Like, there got to be something in there, you know?
My favorite moment, and by favorite, I mean most memorable moment, Russell Wilson throws an interception on the goal line to literally lose the Super Bowl. Malcolm Butler steps in front, picks off the pass.
The rest is history.
And I remember it could not have been less than 2 minutes after the game ended. You just threw an interception to lose the Super Bowl, okay? And they, what's going through? Well, I'm just so excited for a chance to go out there and try it again with these guys next year. What a great opportunity we have. I'm like, no, bro. No.
No.
The answer is get that camera out of my blankety face because what do you do?
I made a mistake.
What do you
and by the
think
way,
it
I
feels
should have
like?
handed it to Marshawn anyway.
What do you think it feels like? It feels like when Cam Newton lost the Super Bowl and they tried to get him and he was a giant pain in the ass. You know what that was? Real.
Yeah.
Real. He's mad. Guys, people get mad.
He should be.
Yeah.
The fact that you lose the biggest game of your life, you don't even want to talk to anybody.
Yeah. Upon a month later, look, it was the most, but I get to do it again. Love my team.
We'll be back.
Okay. Yeah. In the moment, come on, man.
Okay, so we all know gamers. We know at least one gamer I have a few in my family. And apparently, the Federal Aviation Administration announced a new campaign aimed to hiring the next generation of air traffic controllers. So they are targeting video gamers as potential traffic controllers, arguing that gaming can build skills like multitasking, spatial awareness, quick decision-making, and problem-solving. And apparently it worked. More than 2,000 people have been hired based on these skills, and over 12,000 more have applied, and they're still going through the hiring process. So, tip or no tip, you feel safer knowing that gamers are air traffic controllers.
I will say this. I'm going to give it a tip because my wife and I just had this conversation because she was telling me about it. We were kind of going back and forth. The thought is like these gamers are able to sit in one spot over a long period of time and tune things out and focus on that screen.
Okay.
And what they're doing under pressure situation. Now, this is a different, pressure's
different.
These air traffic controllers, what are they on, 4 hours?
Yeah.
And the pressure has got to be. So now, by the way, not everyone that signs up is going to get the job.
Right.
No.
You're going to have to go through the training, and we're going to weed out the best ones. And
Yes.
But, give me a Mountain Dew and sit in that chair for 4 hours and get it right.
Okay, Trudell.
I'm just saying, that's what they drink, right? So,
I have a cousin who is an air traffic controller.
I just want you dialed in.
Okay.
Right.
This is his occupation.
Okay.
He is an air traffic controller. This is the man that you want as an air traffic controller. Okay. He is disciplined. He is focused, and he is ready to go. And you know what? I talked to this. He's my cousin, right? Because you don't want to know what goes on up there.
Don't want to know. Don't even ask.
It's sometimes stuff gets a little weird.
Oh, no.
And it's just like it's up. He goes, it's all good. Like he goes, but to your point, it is deeply intense. They're on for very short periods of time. The rules to become an air traffic controller are incredibly strict. While you are an air traffic controller is incredibly stressful and regimented and disciplined, and when you're on and when you're off and what you can do. You can do this one day before, but not 2 days before. It's crazy, the list of things that they have to do. As long as they train them up, I'm good. I think that, like you said, Peter,
you still have to go through the
sounds
process.
right, but just because you're good at GTA does not mean that you're going to be at air traffic control.
But
so, yes.
go through the process, and if you're good enough for me,
When he said to me, you don't want to know what's going on up there, I'm like, okay, let's never talk about your job for the rest of my life.
I don't want that job.
No.
So I remember, this is different because of pilot, but I remember one of my flights was delayed for 12 hours because the pilot that was flying into LAX didn't have enough sleep or whatever.
Yeah.
And
that's
the
real.
guy that was supposed to be flying us to Dallas couldn't because he had an emergency. And I was like, dude, just get another bleeping pilot. We're at LAX. But the specific plane, it was a Boeing, so it's a huge plane. Only certain pilots have that
you have
license.
to be trained on that plane.
And they're like, yeah, if it was a whatever other plane, sure. And I'm like, you know what? I'm okay being delayed now that I know that.
Any airline delay that involves the pilot needs whatever, fine. We're good.
Houston, you see all these young pilots because that's like their hub.
Take as much time as you need.
They're young flying out of Houston.
I want them to look I want a little gray, and I want them to have flown in the Marine Corps for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. I want them to have flying planes when someone's trying to shoot them out of the sky before they're flying me to Phoenix.
So Spirit Airlines, definitely very, very young. I remember when I thought, the only reason I knew this dude was a pilot because he was dressed like a pilot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy bleep, this guy is way younger than me. And you're going to be the one flying this plane?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. But you know
Little
what?
gray is right.
Smoothest.
Perfect way to put it.
Smoothest thing I've ever.
Smoothest, that means he was in the Air Force. If they hit the runway like
Now
a brick
smooth.
falling out of the sky, that means Navy.
My late father-in-law
wow.
was in the Air Force, flew in Vietnam,
Yep.
rescue missions, Air Force 2, and he once told me, you got to remember something. Pilots, most of them have families too.
Yeah.
They're not fooling around, and
No,
they're not taking off. They're not taking off for a reason.
They've got skin in the
So
game.
it always got me a little bit okay, if we're taking off, they're ready.
Yeah. I remember the first time somebody told me that the Air Force guys long, slow, and smooth when they land, and the Navy guys come in steep
coming
and
in hot,
boom,
yeah.
because they land on boats.
Yeah.
That's how they learn how to land planes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And I know guys in both.
Yeah.
And I knew guys in, I have family members in both. So that's interesting.
Yeah, a little different. All right, LAFC is back at BMO Stadium tomorrow night for a SoCal showdown. The Black and Gold take on San Diego FC. You can tune in at 6:30 for BMO Countdown to Kickoff with Mario Ruiz, followed by the LAFC pregame show at 7, leading up to kickoff at 7:30. Hear all the action on ESPN LA 710 or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app, home of LAFC. Chris Canty had some thoughts on the Rams and their pursuit of another Super Bowl title. And, of course, it is today, Geeter, the 10th anniversary of the Rams playing their first game returning to Los Angeles. We'll get into both of those things coming up in just a little bit. But first, let me remind you the Tip or No Tip is brought to you by Attorney Big Al. If you get in an accident, tip the scale in your favor. Make Big Al your first call. Don't go it alone. Call 1-800-HURT-123 or visit visit attorneybigalca.com. It's all coming up next.
The home of USC football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Coming up Saturday morning at 7 a.m., the Weekend Warrior Show with Dr. Robert Clapper. How are ya? Presented by Cedars-Sinai. Now, Dr. Clapper's doing a completely live show on Saturday talking about gravity. But also, he's giving away 3 spots to play in his foursome at the SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic on Friday, August 28th at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. Listen Saturday, 7 a.m., the Weekend Warrior Show for your chance to win and play golf with Dr. Clapper.
National Tell a Joke Day is coming up. I got one. Why did Rick cross the 10 freeway? To get to Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We're the Fantasy Football HQ for draft parties. Book your draft party today.
Number 2.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner the 31st.
And the number 1 reason.
Good times.
Morongo. Good times.
LAFC are back to MLS play. After Leagues Cup Phase 1, the Black and Gold welcome SoCal rival San Diego FC to BMO Stadium. LAFC are looking to take sole control of first place while searching for their first ever win over San Diego. Pre-game starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey, John Ireland here. Here in Los Angeles, our city water is loaded with chlorine and chemicals. That's why I got a Life Source whole house water system. It cleans and conditions water from every tap for healthier water with no salt and no regular maintenance. Upgrade your water and your life with Life Source. I did, and I'll never go back. Call the Life Source California factory today at 800-WATER-99 or visit lifesourcewater.com. Life Source water, it's not just better, it's essential. Life Source, taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply.
ESPN LA may sound one way on AM.
But you know where it sounds best?
You guessed it, crystal clear digital audio.
Crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA wherever you get your apps.
And you can always watch LA's mega sports station live or on demand on our YouTube channel at ESPN Los Angeles.
Your ambition just met its match with Robinhood. You push yourself in everything you do, scanning headlines for insights, keeping an eye on the market. Robinhood puts you in control of your money, all on one platform. You expect more from yourself. Expect more from your money. Get started today at Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Again, that's Robinhood.com/yourmoney. Your money, your move.
When you're planning your next job, options matter. Now in stock at Lowe's. Get the roofing brands you trust, including GAF, Owens Corning, and CertainTeed, with more colors to choose from. Shingles and accessories are in stock and ready to go. And when you're on the clock, we help keep you on schedule. Order by 4 p.m. and get next day job site delivery on select items as early as 6:30 a.m. At Lowe's, we have your back on the job. Delivery Monday through Saturday in select zip codes, subject to availability.
It's DeMarco Farr and Travis Rogers.
You're the yin to our yang.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis rolls on.
When I see people, I'm just so happy like we're sharing the earth together. This is all us here right now at the same time.
Back to the guys.
Geeter is in for DeMarco today. DeMarco is, I would think, probably already on the ground in Kansas City, getting ready
for the old preseason
Rams
opener.
Chiefs preseason opener. You know what today is the 10th anniversary of, Geeter?
I do, actually.
The first Rams game after their return from St. Louis. They played the Dallas Cowboys at the Coliseum 10 years ago today. Did you go to that game by chance?
That is my crew.
Oh, awesome.
At that game.
That's great.
I'll send that to you. We had our fantasy football draft that weekend, and I've told you before, Josh Kroenke.
Yep. Oh, that's right. He's
He's in the league.
I know the name.
And when we had Tony Pastoris on Rams Revealed, he and I talked about it. He's like, oh, I know you're in his league. I remember getting the call like, hey, dude, we're coming in on a bus.
Oh, wow.
You know, we had Stan on the bus. Like, we came rolling into that Coliseum tunnel. got out, and that's all of us at the game.
That's
and then we
awesome.
drafted the next day.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
So I was doing and by the way, doing it again this season, pre-half and post with the Rams. This will be my 11th year. But so obviously it's the 10th anniversary of the return and starting. I remember we did the show, me and Kirk, and I believe Eric Davis was part of the pregame show at that point. We're out in front of the Coliseum on that lawn on the big stage, and it was packed.
That's what I remember.
Yes.
Todd Gurley touching off the tackle right at us, and the place
so
upside down.
Upside down. So I don't know if you remember this, Skeeter. They played the Cowboys in the preseason game, and the opening kickoff, the Rams kick off to the Cowboys, and the Cowboy return man housed it. Okay?
I don't know if I remember that part.
And the place went bonkers because, look, let's be honest about this. At that point, the 90,000 people in the Coliseum that day, 75,000 of them were Cowboy fans. Okay? They were.
That's actually a great
I
point.
can see that.
Yeah, and I think what's really interesting about this is fast forward 10 years later, it's not now. I'm Jorge, stay out of this. I know that when the Niners come into town, there's still a lot of red shirts in the building. I understand that.
Stay out of it, Jorge.
But the way that they've been able to grow roots in this town, because it wasn't just, hey, we're back. It's like, no, you've been gone for 22 years. It's going to take some time.
Oh,
that you and me, people of a certain age, it's easy for us to jump back in. But my kids, your kids, they didn't grow up with the Rams. They don't have any affiliate. This is just a team that kind of showed up. And if you're a sports fan, like my boys, for instance, they're sports fans. They're going to pick a team. If there isn't a team local, they're going to pick something else. And so the way that the Rams have spent the first 10 years here, it's such an exceptional way to re-enter a market, and I really don't think they could have done any better.
I mean, when you look at the first 10 years, I just think you nailed it, too. Like, it was hard to follow them when they went to St. Louis like you did. And then when they had really good teams, you still felt, this is nice for them. But
not
I had friends that stayed so loyal.
Yeah.
But, it was easy for my family and my young girls to go down to Charger games.
Sure.
Right? So when they came back, I had a sense of excitement. It was my father's favorite team, and it was my team when I was a younger kid. So I was kind of excited for my kids to have a team back in L.A. that they could call their own. And then the affiliation that I have with my friend group and stuff, like we were kind of all in.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to build up equity in this town. And you have to do it the right way. And it includes winning. It includes great coaching. It includes a front office that's willing to spend and do it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And they have built that up. I mean, 2 Super Bowl appearances in the 10 years, but also like first it was the Gurley Goff group, like getting their way through the playoffs and finding a way there. Then Stafford comes in, and then a down year, but then back, taking Philly to the brink when they weren't supposed to. And now all of a sudden last year, we're looking at it as disappointment because they didn't win the Super Bowl. The window is right now. That's all in 10 years.
Yeah.
Man, you look at a lot of franchises around this country, and they do not feel like we do. So they have built up more fans. People are diving in more. People are embracing it more, and winning helps, Travis.
No question.
But doing it the right way and having good people that are easy to root for and love and continuity that's here for a longer time, right? That matters.
Yep. I think that if I were going to give them a 10-year report card, it's either an A or an A+. And I know that sounds like a homer, but let me explain why I think it's at worst an A, and it might be an A+.
A for sure.
A is the floor.
Give me why no A+.
Maybe one more title.
Yeah.
Like, and that's
winning last year, you're at an A+.
100%. That's nitpicking a little bit, but you nailed a bunch of these things. Number one, they built arguably the best stadium in the world, the best stadium in the league, probably for sure, but certainly, one of the very top. They have a fan experience that would be very hard to argue with. They have had star players really every single season that they've been here. Like you mentioned, you start with Todd Gurley and Aaron Donald. Okay. Todd Gurley nearly won an MVP as a running back, which hasn't happened, I think, since Adrian Peterson. You got Aaron Donald, who might be the greatest player ever at his position, maybe the greatest defensive player ever. That immediately morphs into a Cooper Kupp, Matthew Stafford era, where just massive stars. Puka Nacua shows up. Devontae Adams shows up. Myles Garrett is here. Like, there's just one star on the field after another, which, as in L.A., matters a great deal.
Jalen, Beckham,
we need to know your face.
Yep.
The LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, right down. Shohei Ohtani, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman.
Gotta have it.
You have to have star power. They win. They've won a Super Bowl. They went to another. They just missed a third one. They've been good year after year. They've got a coach that's probably the best in the business who's still just barely getting started. They play a brand of football that's exciting and fun to watch. Like, you watch some of these other teams that are good teams, it's like, okay, is that a lot of fun to watch? Maybe, maybe not. Like, there are some teams that are far more fun to watch. The Rams, even if you're not a Rams fan, the Rams, I'm going to stay around and watch. They're going to score 38 points again tonight. They're always fun to watch. They haven't missed a trick. It's just, you just have to keep doing this, and 20 years from now, when we're doing our 10 more years from now, it's like they're going to have everybody.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, in 10 years from now, what's the next step for them? Another title obviously matters, that continuity, whether you move on, whether McVay retire, whatever happens, to still keep that foundation, right, of building and trying to win. If people want, that's why the Walter Group was so
crazy.
They came in and like, oh, they want to win like us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they care about the product like us. We love our owners. Like, that is a wonderful thing when you can love the ownership group.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody could criticize Stan Kroenke's group at all, because they've spent the money. They go out and they built this stadium. They've given the fans what they want.
Such a great stadium.
Here's another thing. I think this is the next evolution of what they can do. And maybe they have this on the team right now. Maybe they don't. And maybe this is something that they're working on in the process. What we haven't gotten here so far is a guy that started here, became our guy, won here, they don't have their Clayton Kershaw yet. They don't have their Kobe Bryant yet. They don't have that guy that didn't come. They've had great players. Like, Matthew Stafford is a great player and won the Super Bowl, and I think Matthew Stafford is wildly popular here. But he has a whole career in Detroit that was really good and successful.
You're looking for the Kobe.
You're looking for Kobe. You're looking for Kershaw. You're looking for one of those guys. You're looking for Anjay Kopitar. You're looking for – we got it all.
That's our guy.
That's our guy. We drafted him. We developed him. He won. He stayed here the whole time. We love that guy. Cup, could have been. He left. Went somewhere else.
Puka.
Right?
I was going to say, is it someone from that class?
Could be. But
all the extensions that are up.
This
is
is
a good
Puka's
group of guys.
fifth year, right? And Puka hasn't won yet either. Like, he's been close. But that I think is the next, the guy that is defining a generation of fans.
Eric Dickerson felt like yours.
Yep.
Jackie.
Lefty. Jackie's a great example.
Right?
Jackie's a great example. Like, you go through, you and I, our dads, right? Oh, Jerry West was their guy, right?
Mr. Laker.
Was here all the time. And then we got Magic. And then the next group gets Kobe. Like, everybody gets one of these guys. And whether it's a Dodger thing, you had Sandy Koufax, Don Drysdale at some point, Fernando Valenzuela, Orel Hershiser, these guys. And now you get Shohei Ohtani, these guys that just bring you and pull you in a way that
really
is different than everyone
Does it have
else.
to be a quarterback?
It would help.
It does help, because
it would help.
I said Puka,
Colts,
right?
Peyton Manning, Elway's a Bronco.
It would help.
Tom Brady's a Patriot, even though he won in Tampa.
Sure.
I don't. So I know I mentioned Puka, like Kobe Turner, who's very beloved here in LA, and the Rams drafted him. But like, I see, no disrespect, but I see the guy who we just drafted, and I'm like, I don't see him being the guy like a Kobe, like a Tom Brady. I'm not saying he can't develop into that, but I don't see him being that guy.
We'll see. Did anybody really know Kobe was going to be Kobe? Tom Brady was, a 6th-round pick? Like, sometimes you don't know.
That's
sometimes
true.
they just kind of show up out of nowhere.
And because the Rams are so good, they're not getting a number 1 pick anytime soon.
No.
So there's that, where it's not a guy hyped from college that we already know coming in.
Puka, if you had to pick a guy right now, I think Puka would be where you place most of your bets, right? Just because if he's not the best receiver in football, he's real close.
And we loved Cooper Kupp.
Kupp was great. But it in the grand scheme of things, it didn't last a really long time.
I know.
His peak was 4 years where he was just amazing.
And then he had the comeback year where he was all of a sudden the number 1 player again in fantasy, and then kind of the drop off, and then
it's really hard. I think that's the last thing they're missing. Now, what they can do is punch their ticket again, and everybody's because number 1 on all this stuff is win.
Aaron Donald feels like our great Ram. Right?
Somebody said that on the chat.
He started in St. Louis.
Yeah.
Like, by the time he got here. He didn't start here. We didn't get the very first day of his act here. And I'm not saying that it has to happen like that, but I think it helps to happen like that. I want you to listen to Chris Canty, because that next championship that certainly they've got a very good chance. The Rams are I think as far as the betting odds go, the heavy favorites to win the championship. This is a little long, but I think he brings up a lot of really good points. And when he was asked the question, does he believe that the Rams are the heavy favorites to win the Super Bowl?
So are you buying, CC, that the Rams are the overwhelming favorite to win the Super Bowl?
Hell no. Last 30 years in the NFL, the preseason favorite hasn't, you're only talking about 4 of them winning the actual championship. And those 4 teams, their quarterbacks, Tom Brady, done it twice, Peyton Manning, Hall of Famer, and Patrick Mahomes, future Hall of Famer. I can't assign that level of success to them just based on what we've seen from the trends, because we know when you have that preseason favorite moniker, everybody is circling you on their schedule. You got a target on your back. It's a very different thing being the hunted versus the hunter. Other thing I'll say is this. They will have a 39-year-old quarterback by the time Super Bowl 61 kicks off. Only 2 quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl age 39 or older. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. Not sure I'm putting Matthew Stafford in that bucket. There's that. Also, you have to consider the fact that you've got some serious off-the-field issues with your wide receiver in Puka Nacua and your left tackle in Alaric Jackson. We heard from Adam Schefter earlier this week on the Pat McAfee Show. He said that the league is discussing potential discipline for both of those guys, and the latter could potentially be a repeat offender when it comes to violating the personal conduct policy. You got a top-heavy roster, 10 guys taking up over 60% of your salary cap. So anytime you start talking about the distribution with your cap being that way, injuries disproportionately affect you. And then, of course, there is the team chemistry of it all. You're asking guys that are coming from different places to play significant roles on your team, specifically your defense. How is that going to meld on the fly? Those are all considerations, and that's why I say there's a lot of variables when it comes to where this Rams season can go, and I don't think that they should be the overwhelming favorites like the Vegas odds suggest they should.
Okay, so I counted 5 different reasons that he gave, and maybe there are more, but let's kind of go through these.
And are they the overwhelming favorite? Like, what are the – I know they're the
last
favorite.
I looked was they were plus 350.
Okay.
The next closest was plus 850.
And that was Seattle.
So, yeah, and Seattle and I think one other team, I forget who it was. But they're clear of the field. Like, they are the favorites. Overwhelming might be, debatable, but they're the favorites. Let's go in order. I think the best argument that he has, I think, is just the pure math of it all. That the previous 30 favorites, 4 of them have won the title. That just means more often
you
than
can come
not.
up with that stat and say
the odds say you're not going to win it.
And it's like when you were asked about the Dodgers on air.
Yep.
Would you take the field or would you take 4 other teams? It was a tough answer, even though you believe the Dodgers are going to win the World Series. Like, okay, but odds, like, I should probably take the field.
My heart says Dodgers.
Of course.
My brain says the odds are better. Do you want 30% or do you want 70%? I'll take 70.
Overwhelming in the NFL is a tough.
It is.
It is a long road, and injuries more than the sport are going to play a factor.
So he mentioned Stafford a couple of different times. He talked about that there's Brady, there's Mahomes, there's Manning, and he's talked about Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. Matthew Stafford's a future Hall of Famer. He's going to the Hall of Fame for sure. Does he not deserve to be mentioned in the same bucket with those guys?
That's what I thought. I wrote these down in the ones that I thought were fair.
Yeah.
Because once I got past the hell no.
Right.
Once I got past that, I started to go, okay, I can see what he's saying. He didn't mention schedule, which I thought would be kind of up there at the top. But the Stafford one, I thought we need a little more respect to that name.
I think so, too.
He's won a Super Bowl. He's an MVP. He's coming off an incredible season. I'm not calling him Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. There are 2 of those, okay? But I think he deserves the respect, and I believe that he can be that guy that absolutely makes you the favorite. That's me. Am I?
I agree. Here's how I'll throw it back at him and anybody else that wants to weigh in on this. For this upcoming season, I'm not saying for the next 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, for the 2026 season, how many quarterbacks in the league would you just say, straight up, I'll take your guy instead of Matthew Stafford? I think there's one.
Josh Allen. That's it.
Patrick Mahomes, would you throw that in there? Or you're
not
unsure
coming off
because
that
of the
injury.
knee? Yeah.
Not coming off that injury.
If he wasn't injured, maybe.
But I think he's a maybe because now
because he's Pat Mahomes and he's
sure
3-time Super Bowl
winner.
winner.
But this idea of he's not maybe he's not Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. Yeah. Fair enough. Who is? Okay. Who else would you want of the 32 guys that are going to start games for these teams in a few Sundays? If I just said, you want my guy or your guy, I'm taking Stafford every time with the exception of Josh Allen.
Yeah, I mean, and the risk of getting hurt is for every quarterback.
Yes.
Look at Joe Burrow over the
Yes.
last couple of years and how many games he's played and what it's done to that team. I mean, it's Mahomes getting hurt last. Of course, that is a risk in every sport. We are assuming health,
100%.
right? Because we know that if the injuries decimate your team, it doesn't matter who you are, you're done, right?
All right.
I want Matthew Stafford.
I do too. And that's why that point of his,
Yeah.
I'm like, I understand
me
the
too.
point, but I don't think that there's like some other option that exists that's better than this.
Can I throw one of his points at you that actually
Sure.
got me?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't thinking much about that. Puka Jackson.
Next on the list.
Okay. I didn't hear the Schefter on McAfee.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. I told
Well-
Laura I was out of loop for a couple days. I'm like, that
Yeah.
one kind of.
Well,
I've been kind of putting that one to the side, not wanting to hear it, basically, too.
Puka may or may not miss time. And I think that if you said place a bet, I think I'd bet on he does not miss time.
Yeah, I don't think he is either.
I don't think so, but I wouldn't bet a lot, put it that way. And if I think
You could see a game.
I think if
Game or
if
two.
something comes down, it's a game, maybe two. But okay, can they survive? Can they run the ball? Can they throw it to their tight ends? Can Devontae? Yeah. Okay, no problem. So I think that part of it is the Alaric Jackson piece. I think of all of the points he made, that might be the best one because he's a repeat offender. This is the second time that his name has come up in a thing that the league would rather not see his name next to, which is there was an incident involving a woman, and whether there are charges or not, incident, woman, second time. It's like, okay, you're going to have to sit down and miss some time.
Yeah, and everyone we talk to, including DeMarco, who is as close to this team as anyone, I never really get the sense of confidence with whoever's backing that up or whoever gets that role.
No.
Right? If you get the same sense?
I do. You're talking about your two
Veteran,
next options
yeah.
are a guy that's bounced around a lot at the end of his
Mm-hmm.
career, who's played a little bit, but he wasn't a guy that there was a line of teams that were trying to get his
Quisenberry.
services.
Yeah.
Quisenberry. And then Keegan Trost, who's a rookie, who's cross-training to basically play every position on the offensive line that isn't center, and he's never played in the NFL. That suspension that Jackson is going to get, if it's a couple of games, just like we said with Puka, whatever, they can navigate their way through it. If it's more than 2, might be 3, might be 4, might be more than 4, who knows what it's going to be, that to me that could be one of those things like they dig themselves a little bit of a hole. Stafford gets hit in a way. They don't have the time to do the thing they want because Stafford's under so much pressure along the way. That's the one that Canty brought up. I'm like, that is a fair point.
Me too. And the fact that he didn't bring up the schedule, which I think has been the number one thing for me, like, spin this any way you want, it's a freaking gauntlet.
Yeah.
And Seattle's got a tough schedule too.
Yep.
But the Rams, man, the way it starts the first 5 games, then you got a little bit of break in the middle, but we know there's no break in the NFL.
Nope.
And then the back loaded is going to be, and by the way, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah,
It's going to be fun, but it's also dangerous.
And their primetime games, I think they have 8 primetime games, which means everybody's keyed up, and those games always seem to go, weird.
You know what else I didn't agree with was so much of like the defense and being top heavy.
We heard the
and,
same stuff. Yeah.
You know, I'm looking at the defense going, have you been watching over the last, over the last couple of years? I've seen how good they are. Now the pieces they're adding, to me, plug holes with all pros.
That's the part that was. I'm glad that I'm not the only one.
Mm-hmm.
That was the thing that made you go, yeah, they got some new faces there, but Myles Garrett's the defensive player of the year. I think he'll figure it out. I don't think you have to really adjust a whole lot to the way that Myles Garrett's going to go sack quarterbacks. McDuffie is an all-pro. Like, it's not like it's a guy that's like, is he a little bit better than Emmanuel Forbes? Yeah, I guess, but now he's got to learn his game. It's an all-pro. Just put him out there and let him do his thing. Jalen Watson has played in the Super Bowl. Like, these are not just guys off the street that you just said, well, let's just see if this is a better fit. These are high-level guys. I thought the same thing.
And Laura, you brought up something, right?
He sounds okay. When I heard
talking to the East Coast audience, maybe.
Yes,
Yeah.
because when you sent this to me, he said hell no. I was like, as a Rams fan, I was already kind of standoffish.
You got to get through the hell no.
Then I'm like, okay, Matthew Stafford is older, but he's Matthew Stafford, and that to me, I was like, what a hater. And I think that's the first thing that I told you when you walked in, Peter. I was like, why is Canty being a hater? And then you guys are like, well, he does have, and I get that, but there's a lot there that I'm like, dude, you sound like an East Coaster. Like, shut up. Like, you just sound like you just want to hate on the fact that, listen, we read that article that if you're a heavy favorite, you probably don't win the Super Bowl. But that's any sport.
everybody.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
any sport. So shut up. You have an MVP. You have Myles Garrett. You have Puka Nacua. Jackson may or may not face, and we'll see what happens with that.
He's missing time. It's just a matter of how much.
I mean, honestly, the biggest argument I see that favors what he's saying, which anyone can say, they could do it in the YouTube chat, it could be you, it could be Laura, is the fact that 4 teams have done it in X amount of years,
Matt
and you have a target on your back because you're the LA Rams. All those are fair, and that's in any sport. It is very difficult to do that being a heavy favorite.
I'm sorry.
No. My whole thing is just when I hear certain personalities, especially East Coast personalities, speak about West Coast sports, it's always, for the most part, very negative. So for me, I'm not saying, I'm not discounting. I mean, the guy played in the NFL. He knows what he's talking about. Who am I, just a hack? But it's when you hear certain personalities, especially East Coast personalities, is very biased. So I'm just like, and I'm looking at the chat right now, and everybody's like, hater. And even people that are not Rams fans, which I was like, oh, I wasn't the only one that thought that.
They have the best team. That doesn't mean they're going to win the Super Bowl. Those are different things. And the holes that he's trying to poke in the argument, I think some of them are okay, and I think some of them don't hold a lot of water. I think one of the other ones he does make that going, okay, like that's interesting, is the fact that they're super top heavy. I think he said something like 60% of their cap goes to like 7 of their players. That's really an incredible amount of a lot of money over here, which means there's less to go over here, and we know that the money follows the talent. If some of those really heavyweight guys, financially wise, are unavailable, and you have to go to your depth, and by the way, everybody has to go to their depth in the NFL. Everybody does. Everybody does. And if those guys aren't as good as they need to be, then that is an interesting one. That the depth is a little less than you would desire, then that's an interesting point.
We've also seen teams be hurt and win.
Yep. Yeah, and Sean McVay's done it many, many times.
Many times.
He's been able to figure out his way through it. Geeter, I know you like to draft, so I have an interesting idea that I want to hit you with when we come back in.
Oh, I'm in.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Don't forget, football is back this weekend on ESPN LA. The Rams and the Chiefs from Kansas City in preseason action. 11 o'clock tomorrow morning for the Rams countdown to kickoff, leading up to kickoff at 1 o'clock. You can hear that game right here on ESPN LA 710 or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app, home of the LA Rams. And I need to know why you have some preoccupation, Jorge, with 12-year-old coaches, because I don't know. Just, we're just trying to figure some things out along the way. We'll get into that as well. Let me tell you about Kalshi, though, before we do any of that. Fight Night is here, right? And there's no better place to trade all of that action than on Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. Let's start right here. Ian Gary currently trading at 26% to win it all, which means if you have a $100 trade, that's going to pay you out $365 if he's able to win. We also got Rafael Tobias. He's currently trading at 27% to win it all, meaning that $100 trade will give you about $352 if he's able to take down Lucas Fernando. Because on Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, which means no house. And as the probabilities change, you can buy in and out of your position. So you're constantly able to kind of figure out which way you want to go and how you want to best do it. So for a limited time, download that Kalshi app and use the code Travis, my name, TRAVIS, and you're going to get $20 when you trade $20. KALSHI, Kalshi, trade on anything. There's all sorts of cool culture stuff, all the sports that you like. You may just have a wild hair that you want to go explore. I bet it's on Kalshi for you right now. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risks and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see Kalshi.com/regulatory.
LAFC are back to MLS play. After Leagues Cup Phase 1, the Black and Gold welcome SoCal rival San Diego FC to BMO Stadium. LAFC are looking to take sole control of first place while searching for their first ever win over San Diego. Pre-game starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
You know, I've been in LA a long time, and when somebody asks me who to call after an accident, my answer is simple. Call attorney Big Al. That's my guy and my MVP for accident attorneys. Big Al's been helping people across California for over 15 years. And as an LA native and a huge sports fan, oh my God, can that guy go on hockey? Oh, he understands this community. If you're hurt in a car, truck, motorcycle, Uber, or Lyft accident, even if you're hit while walking or biking, you don't have to figure all this out on your own. I always tell people, call Big Al before you call the insurance company. He and his team will help guide you through the process, protect your rights, and fight for the compensation you may deserve. Big Al and his team are available 24/7. They never close. Consultations are free, and if there's no recovery, there's no fee. Just one call can make all the difference, my friend. So make sure you get this right. Call attorney Big Al right now. 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123. Attorney Big Al's attorney Ken Klein, based in Los Angeles.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. Who wins the division? Who makes the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at season's end? On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. Will LA win the NFC Championship this season? LA is currently trading at 24%, meaning a $100 trade will pay out $395 if they take home the title. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probabilities changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Trade the draft pick, the game, and more on Kalshi. Download the Kalshi app and use the code TRAVIS to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risks and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. Mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
You're listening to the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show on 710.
Do your ears work?
They do work. No, I'm...
Back to DeMarco and Travis.
You know, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable with what I'm about to say.
Talk to me.
Because it's sincere, and I feel it. I'm feeling it from here. I really like you.
Hey, thanks, man.
Okay? Like, I really do.
Okay.
And,
hey.
No, I need him to finish this.
Yeah.
And I want to give you something.
Okay.
Let's do a one-round draft. Just because I know how much you love a draft. Let's just, because there was so much meat on the bone.
Let's go,
for our
Jorge.
sitcoms. I just knew that you would, like, I want to give you.
Are
This
we
is a gift
drafting
from me to
AYSO
you.
coaches, or are
we're
doing?
We're going to do the coaching carousel here in a second.
We're doing. We get one more pick.
One more pick. Just kind of throw it out there. And you know what? Just because we're just going to do it, go ahead. Pick first.
Wait, I've never had the first pick.
Never. Here you go.
I've never had the first pick in my life.
Sitcom. So what did you get in the real draft? All of those are off the board.
I got I went Seinfeld.
Okay.
I went Arrested Development.
Great.
And I went The Office.
Great.
Remember, I was having
3 for
such
3.
a hard time because I love Modern Family. Jorge, you got that. I went with Arrested Development, trying to pull one over on you because that is one of my favorite all-time shows, and I thought it'd be sneaky, and there's a couple people that love that show. It is so good.
Yeah.
And there's one I left on that board. There's 100 we left on the board, but I'm going with Curb, dude.
Great choice.
And even though Schitt's Creek had me during COVID, and I fell in love with that show, so did my wife, Curb Enthusiasm. It just hits. And you said it best. And you almost made me cry during the draft, and you liked me being a little upset.
I did.
You're like, it's never missed.
No, you
doesn't
never.
miss.
When that was over, you never went. You're like, that was great. That was great.
By the way, remember they had the funeral for what's his name? He was upstairs watching his funeral downstairs.
It was terrific. Laura, you got one more too.
I'm going to go with my feel-good show that I didn't get to pick, and it was a COVID show, and I'm going to go with Ted Lasso.
Great pick. Good.
Yeah, you know what?
Feel good show is right.
Believe.
Feel good show. It's so funny because my brother's like, it's crap. Like, I can't believe it. I'm like, dude, you're just not sentimental. I don't know what happened to you.
You gotta
have a little sentimental heart in that.
Jorge?
Okay, so this is going to be surprising to everybody. But when I used to be...
Don't change now. No. I mean, of course it's going to be surprising.
when I used to be in Mount Sac, college, whatever, and I wouldn't go to certain classes just because, what for?
We get it. We know. We can tell,
like,
bro.
I went to Cal State Northridge. I'm all in.
So my TV show to watch, because there's nothing to watch midday, like between 11 and like 1 o'clock. There's nothing to watch besides the Judge shows. Like Judge Judy or whatever.
Are you going to give us Young and the Restless? Like,
No, he can't do that because I didn't get Sex and the City.
So what I used to watch was I Love Lucy, and every time that thing is on, dude, I'm hooked. I watch it every single time I catch it on TV. I watch it.
When we were heckling each other in there, like, I'm going to be, I'm like, you can have I Love Lucy. He's like, I'm not taking it.
You can have it.
You can have it. I told because it is, by the way, it's ranked in the top 5 of every, you go to Rolling Stone.
It's still on TV now.
Yes, and I'm still, every time I'm scrolling, I'm like, oh, I got to leave it there.
It is a very divisive topic. You either love it or you're like, no, bro, I can't do it.
Then it was the news after that.
God, by the way, Jorge, I feel so good about my draft. Why don't we do this all the time?
Hey,
this extra round.
You know what?
Laura, this is getting me all the way to next week.
I feel so good about the little gift that I gave you. And I'm glad that it was appreciated.
I thought he really liked me. I didn't know if, I thought I was getting, this is like a way bigger gift than I thought I was going to get.
I don't know if
this means he really likes me.
I don't know if I'm allowed to actually say this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So, Trav, I'm sorry. But Trav is a great person to work with, not because I work with him. He gets along with everybody. I've never had him be like, ugh, he's not that guy. He's always like a team player. The moment you came in, I was like, bromance. It was just
we're
easy
the same era. And we do go way
Easy
back, but we never hung out. But we would text about
yes.
But we knew each other.
I did the thing that I tried not to do too much, but I abused the privilege. I would watch you on TV, and I would hear you say something, and I'd text you about it.
And by the way, you got to text back.
Oh, you're
know if they're
remarkably good at returning.
People
them.
know.
Like once the commercial hits, I'm like, you can see the bubble pop up.
Given my
Peter's
secret,
coming back.
If you're my guy, you get text back.
Do I get one more?
Yeah, of course.
Of course you do. We all do.
No, wait. You get Sex in the City, though, don't you? Don't you want that one?
No, because you guys said it wasn't a sitcom. It's okay. I got Ted Lasso.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Here's what we're not going to take. You ready?
Yeah.
We're not going to take Brady Bunch, Gilligan's Island, All in the Family, Three's Company, The Jeffersons, Small Wonder, Alf, or Police Squad.
What about Park and Rec?
Parks and Rec is a great one. We're not taking Parks and Rec. And by the way, Small Wonder is only on the list because I went to high school with the guy that was the brother of the robot lady.
No way.
Yeah, he was interesting.
Yeah.
Let's just leave
Rare
it at that.
bird,
Yeah.
Alaskan Ice Owl.
He was a child TV actor guy,
Weird.
so that's always weird. No chance you know this, and maybe Laura, but probably not, because this was a show that came out when I was 11 or 12 or 13. It was an HBO After Dark football comedy series. First and 10.
First and 10.
Do you remember First and 10?
Of course I remember First and 10.
Delta Burke owned the LA Bulls.
Hilarious.
And it was a football show about not about football, but it's about the inner work. O.J. Simpson was on the show. One of the guys that's on, I think, Chicago PD was the quarterback. Tom Yanessa was on the show. And it was like this look into how football players, fictionalized, lived off the field. And
California Bulls.
The
Get
California
smart
Bulls.
and First and 10.
First and 10 was amazing because, O.J. was on it, which at the time meant something different than it means now. And it was incredible to watch, and it was a little racy. It was kind of funny.
And it was cable.
And they could say things, and I loved it.
Hence the key.
I loved it.
You know what we left out there? South Park.
Oh, South Park's a great
times. The
show.
Jeffersons, Taxi, 30 Rock.
30 Rock's a great show. Okay, so Taxi, I know Taxi, like classic.
Yeah.
But
All in the Family I had on my list.
I mentioned that one.
Yep.
Taxi was one, I think in retrospect, I just didn't get it. Like, I didn't get the New Yorkness of it. I didn't get the cabbiness of it all.
It's not in our top 3.
Yeah, but it's very popular and a great theme song.
Yeah, great theme song. Parks and Recs is another, man, that's a funny show.
Oh,
too.
It's incredible. Ron Swanson is a legendary
Were you a South Park guy? Family Guy was a great pick. Was that you?
Me.
Family
I
Guy's
love South Park, by the way.
Family
too.
Guy's so
Every
funny.
time I see South Park, I really, really like it,
Yeah.
and I enjoy it, and I laugh, but it was never a regular part of my viewing rotation. It just, some stuff you just miss.
You guys might, and they might be too young for
Okay.
this. Family Ties we talked
Yep.
about. What's Happening was one of my favorite
Hey,
shows
hey.
of all time. And James Worthy and Robert Ory and I still talk about What's Happening.
Yeah.
Fat Freddie Stubbs.
That was
Dee,
rerun.
Roger,
Dee was
Shirley,
the sister.
Dee Wayne.
Cheryl was like the waitress.
Cheryl was the waitress.
Yeah,
Yep.
great show.
Okay,
Great show.
so I have a few that I had on my list that I knew nobody would take, and I probably should have taken a few, but I told you guys I was rewatched A Different World.
Yeah.
I love that show. Obviously, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
Like that's a great show. I'm rewatching Martin.
Oh,
which
Martin's
I love
classic.
Martin.
Martin was very
And then you mentioned Friends, and I said
How's
Living
that?
Single.
Yeah,
They
Friends is
ripped.
not on here.
They ripped Living
Good.
Single.
No one took it.
Hey, how
Good.
about the Starbucks downstairs looking like a set from Friends, right?
It-
With the couch and everything.
Jorge. By the way, Jorge, you're putting up big numbers in this show.
Hey, man.
Like, more Jorge for me is a damn good thing.
I don't go to that Starbucks every day. I probably go to that Starbucks 2 or 3 times a week. Okay. And since they remodeled it, every time I walk in there, I'm like, what does this remind me of? And you just nailed it. It looks like the set of Friends.
Yeah, you walk in. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this, Alex? I
Yeah.
texted Alex yesterday. I was like, hey, Alex, I'll meet you at the
The
set
old
of
security
Friends.
guard.
Yeah, the old security guard. I'm like, I'll meet you at the set of Friends. He's like, what does that mean? I'm like, at Starbucks, fool.
Starbucks fool.
Yeah, I'll meet you down there, dude.
But you know what got me, Trav? So the
Central
first time
Park,
we
bro.
went back, people were taking pictures. And
Oh, really?
the Starbucks staff, because I'm like, why is this so crowded? And he was telling me, like, oh, people are seeing the aesthetic and they're just like taking random pictures. And I'm like, I don't like that. Because it was a quick, like, let's get our stuff and go. You know, now people are chilling in there.
Hey,
Sorry,
it's
not
different
sorry.
energy for sure. Who takes a picture of a Starbucks? Like, what do you do with that picture? Do you send it to say, yo, look at this Starbucks? Like,
Dude,
like,
why?
No, they're
okay.
doing it to Instagram posts. That's like the thing. And I don't get
Why?
it. Like,
I don't
as
get it.
somebody who does do Instagram, that I don't get.
I'm not. I don't get Someone mentioned Charles in Charge. What was her name?
Nicole Eggert.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
What else would you like to know?
Yeah, what?
Family Matters. That was the other
Felt
one
like
I
Kelly
was
Slater
thinking.
might have dated her. Pam Anderson. I think
I
he dated
think
them all.
maybe both, actually.
Yeah.
Kelly Slater had a pretty good run.
By the way, just beat Gabe Medina.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, in chopes. Like he's
He's-
55
I
years
was gonna
old,
say
dropping in
he's-
on absolute bombs. He's just one of the great athletes of all time.
I would like to give Laura, Jorge, myself, and Geeter credit. None of us picking Friends. I know it's incredibly
By the way,
popular,
on my
successful.
list,
No,
but,
I'm
like,
so good. No, I was
my
actually.
kids are watching it now. Travis hates it. It's funny. It's funny.
Listen, as someone who got into the Friends craze late because they went into Netflix and I knew it was always on, but it never really
Yeah.
caught my eye until I could binge it. And I'm like, that's all I got. You know what I mean? But it's not a show that I'm like, oh, you gotta watch.
It's
and
not
when,
creative.
When you put it on your list, I was sad.
It's super sitcom-y, and I get we're drafting sitcoms.
You saw me put it on my list?
I saw it. I
Well,
was
I was
like,
right.
why?
You know, by the way, I knew you looked. Travis wanted to look.
I looked.
Travis had 30 shows on his list. I'd
So
never
did
seen
I.
that out of him.
I got a
Jorge,
long
he was
list.
so dialed in.
Sorry,
So
Trav, go ahead.
Why are you obsessed with 12-year-old
No, I'm not
coaches?
obsessed. Okay, don't put it like I'm obsessed. I'm more like,
Why are you
I'm
preoccupied?
I'm kind of confused. So my daughter's gonna start soccer for her second year, right? She's 7. So I get this text from like the coach from this rec league, right? AYSO, and then let's meet up at this pizza place. I want to get to know the parents, the players, blah blah. Cool, whatever. We show up. We wait for a parent that was late. So I walk in and I see what I thought was gonna be the coach. Gentleman sitting there. Hey, welcome. Kind of shake your hand, whatever. We sit down, and then I don't know. 15 minutes go by because the other parent was late. So he starts the meeting by saying, "Hey, hello, my name is such and such, and here, let me introduce you your new coach."
And you thought this was
and
the
I
coach.
thought that was the coach. And he's like, "Oh, let me hand it off to my daughter." And the daughter has a speech. Mind you, the daughter is 12 years old. So when he says, "Let me introduce you to the new head coach,"
And the players are 8?
and the players are 8, under 8, and I'm like, wait a minute, did I hear you right? Did you introduce us to the new coach? But she's 12. Again, maybe he's gonna be.
Did you get punked?
Showing...
Hey, guys.
No, I didn't get punked. But
Jorge,
it's just
Travis and I are girl dads. Okay.
Dude.
I'm all for it, but I got to tell you something. Coach, if you're listening out there and you're driving out there and you're like, man, is Jorge dragging me? Listen, man, like, it's cool. Like, she could be the assistant to the assistant
Right.
and carry the clipboard. You can be right there.
Assistant to the general manager.
Yeah, to the general manager at the movie theater. Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Can we put the coach in charge? And she can be a part of it. But
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
not. Jorge, we have dreams of the LA Galaxy, we're LAFC. Like we're you're trying. This is business.
So I was like,
you paid for this league, right?
Like, yeah, of course I
Get
did.
your money back, bro.
So
Get your money back.
And I was like, man, I walked away from this, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll see you guys at the first practice, which was yesterday. And then I come home, and Brenda's like, hey, how'd the meeting go? I was like, you know what, this is gonna be an interesting year because we have a young coach. And she's like, oh, how old?
22?
Right. And I'm like, no, minus 10. And she goes, you're kidding me. I was like, yeah.
Hey, man, this ain't about just orange slices and Capri Sun. This is about getting work in. This footwork matters at 7.
Did you clock any of the other parents' faces when she was introduced as the coach?
well,
was there a lot of surprise in the room?
There was a lot of surprises. She had her own, look, the young girl had her little speech.
I'm
she had
sure she
everything
was
ready to go.
lovely.
Correct.
But that's not what you signed up for.
Right. So I'm like, okay, man, like I get it. You're gonna help your daughter. You want to help her, get through this whole coaching stuff. But man, I
isn't that illegal? She's 12.
Yeah,
right. No, but it's
violating the
but
child labor laws.
Yes.
But again, this is volunteer based, I guess, because they even asked me to ref,
Of
like
course,
if I want to
of
ref
course.
and this, like volunteer based.
We're not knocking the 12-year-old at all.
No.
We're just saying.
No.
But you're paying for this.
And by the way, you don't get a head job at 12, right? You got to work your way up.
Unless
I
you're
was a
brawny,
busboy before a waiter.
You're brawny. You
I don't know. I
get
just
to
thought
the league.
it's a little confusing. I'm still a little confused by it. We'll see how this plays out, but I hope he's just there for support.
Stage a coup.
Yeah, dude. So I got to sit there, on Saturdays.
I need a full report on what's coming down. All right, LAFC. Speaking of soccer, back at BMO tomorrow for a SoCal showdown. The Black and Gold against San Diego FC. You can tune in at 6:30 for a BMO countdown to kickoff with Mario Ruiz, followed by the LAFC pregame show at 7, leading up to kickoff at 7:30. Hear all the action right here, ESPN LA 710, or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app, home of LAFC. We're going to send you into your weekend with a little shop talk coming up next.
Coming up Saturday morning at 7 a.m., the Weekend Warriors Show with Dr. Robert Clapper. How are ya? Presented by Cedar-Sinai. Now, Dr. Clapper's doing a completely live show on Saturday talking about gravity. But also, he's giving away 3 spots to play in his foursome at the SoCal Hyundai ESPN LA Golf Classic on Friday, August 28th at Black Gold Golf Club in Yorba Linda. Listen Saturday, 7 a.m., the Weekend Warriors Show for your chance to win and play golf with Dr. Clapper.
Hey, LA and OC, if you love great food and smart prices, you need to know about Wild Fork Foods. Hosting, grilling, you just want a great dinner? Start at Wild Fork Foods. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork, quality meat and seafood, low prices, largest variety in one store.
When's the last time payroll was the easy part of your week? With Gusto, it can be. Gusto is the all-in-one platform designed to take the hassle out of managing your team, from payroll and compliance to hiring, onboarding, and more. With Gusto, you can get back 2 full days each month with all the time you've saved. Go to gusto.com today and learn why over 500,000 small businesses choose Gusto. That's GUSTO.com. Gusto.com.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
Here in Los Angeles, our city water is loaded with chlorine and chemicals. That's why I got LifeSource Whole House Water System. It cleans and conditions water from every tap for healthier water. With no salt and no regular maintenance. No more harsh, skin-irritating city water. Upgrade your water and your life with LifeSource. I did, and I'm never going back. LifeSource has been doing it for decades. Read the reviews. Call the LifeSource California factory today at 800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water, it's not just better, it's essential. LifeSource, taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener. Like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV. But if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite play his acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
It's DeMarco Farr and Travis Rogers for your afternoon drive.
One specific request. I don't have to pay attention, care, or try.
Yes. More DeMarco and Travis right now.
All right, I want to play this for you really quickly. This is from earlier today when Mason and Ireland, John and AK, they had Eric Karros on talking about Andy Pajes and his struggle with the ABS system.
So the crazy thing for the people that don't know is, at the beginning of the year I started getting on this challenge thing, and it's not unique to any one player. It's just that it is a tool that needs to be addressed because it's going to come back to haunt somebody in the playoffs. I promise it's going to haunt somebody in the playoffs. And so you have to know when to use it. Freddie Freeman, the greatest example of it last night.
Perfect.
Has a 9-pitch at-bat, gets rung up, boom, challenge, gets down to first. Max Muncy hits a 3-run home run a couple hitters later. The point of it is it's got to be a team-oriented thing, and at the end of the day, it comes down to something very simple. Is it going to impact the run expectancy if that pitch is changed one way or the other? It's not, hey, you know what, the guy might have missed. Tommy Edman last night had a couple opportunities where he wanted to challenge, but for the good of the team, he did not. Challenging isn't about right or wrong. It's about the situation.
Yep.
That's the number one most important thing. And you've got to have some, for more important situations later on in the game. So how do I get Andy to do it? How do I get it right now? He doesn't get a choice. Yeah. He has earned the opportunity. He has earned the opportunity to not have a choice.
Yeah, that's a very good way of putting that. Travis, do you remember the commercial? Nailed it.
Yeah.
He absolutely nailed how I feel. Thank you, EK.
Perfect.
He has earned the right to not have a choice anymore.
And if Dave Roberts said to him, you have earned the right to not have a choice, he says why, just play that for him. Because that was as good of an explanation as anything. It's not about right or wrong. It's about, is it going to change the game or not, or potentially change the game or
not. It's a team. It has to be a scoring opportunity.
Yes.
Like the 3-2 count to Freddie.
Yes.
Genius,
yes.
right? Now he's on first. Max Muncy hits a bomb.
8th or 9th inning, and you've got him burned through him because you don't get to take him with you. But I thought that was such a good explanation of what to do. And it's this idea of someone is going to be haunted by this in the playoffs. That someone could very easily be Andy Pajes because he clearly does not understand how this thing works.
So true.
Yeah.
I mean, nailed it.
And that's it. Until he starts to, maybe every time he does it wrong, we sit him down and say, that's not how we do
Can we talk about it in the clubhouse? It's got to be talked about, right?
I would hope so.
Okay.
I would hope so. Geeter, great show today. Always a pleasure to do the show with you. Jorge, good to see you again. Laura, great job as always.
More Jorge.
Everybody have a great weekend, and I am having a martini in 5, 4, 3, 2.